What's
We
wrong with the ship?
we definitely
Do we
are
still have a ship?
still we
You,
still have a ship.
I've not gotten. Oh no, you're
Just
you're in.
about.
Andy's not in.
In Alberodio?
Yeah.
I am not.
Sorry.
What
Yeah.
did we say? It was like Bart was just like asleep.
Yeah. He was.
That
He was.
checks
He was
out.
taking a sleep, taking a nap.
He's an easy character to AFK with.
Rook may have taken the mantle as assistant captain up to captain.
He's
Not
asleep.
very
My
well.
time has come.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Rook poisoned Barty so that he could be captain for a day.
Honestly, probably.
No.
And
You don't even need to poison him. Just give him like a big meal.
yeah, he's an older gentleman, right? Like a big meal's going to send him to sleep for a few days.
Yeah.
I was just there, like loading your plate up for seconds and thirds.
Unusually big portions today. I love it.
So yeah, Jack,
So-
do you want to give us a bit of a recap of what happened last time?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, but Barty was asleep, so Rook took on the mantle of captain for the day, and we sailed off from the Red Tea Island. Was it called Red?
Yes, Red Tea.
Sailed off there for the next stop, and the next stop would be where we kind of say goodbyes to oh god, it's been so long. What's her name? It's not Irina, that's Strad.
Cyrenia? Cyrene?
No, it begins with I, right?
It does not.
Shit. What does it begin with?
I'm just getting up.
Who's Cyrene?
Mira
Why does that name
Salan
sound
and
familiar?
Castilla Breeze.
No, who's Ilara Pumpkin.
Are you talking about Alara Pumpkin?
Yes.
Of course.
Jesus Christ. No,
It's where we.
I can't believe you forgot the main character of this campaign.
I know. Well, I was close with Irina. I knew it began
Well,
with
I thought we were the main characters.
No. Your sub characters to her life.
Yeah, we are on her ship currently.
The old DMPC.
We set off from that island, and the next island is where we will kind of part ways with Ilara, as she has promised us another ship, an ex-pirate ship that she kind of uses in her fleet. So we're all like, oh, hell yeah, next time we're going to be real pirates, and we need to think of a pirate name and a crew name, and potentially rename the ship that she gives us, which I imagine we will do immediately. But in the excitement, we were sailing, and the first day, Rook went up, had a look around, and made the executive decision. No captains, no first mate to kind of bring in to make decision with. I could have gone out and asked the crew what they wanted to do, but Rook didn't do that. Rook saw out to the west. It was like not a fleet, but like a few ships of what looked like navy ships, and living that true pirate cosplay life. We couldn't go that way, so it had to be the absolute other way. And unfortunately for us, the other way was quite dangerous and rocky coral reefs. So immediately we took an east, hard turn away from the navy, and we attempted to do what we did in the race, basically. But instead of Rook being making explosives on their ship, he was piloting the ship he was sailing, and Pan and
Eli.
character names Eli were like making the calls, as Eli did last time very well. So that was going on, but unfortunately, Rook was not very good at reading the wind. For the first time, the first reading, he wasn't very good. He had to warm up into it. The second time, Eli and Pan didn't listen to Rook and did very well, but the third time we agreed. But the failure to assess the wind meant that we did hit quite disastrously. We hit a coral reef pretty hard and caused a leak in the boat. which we then had to patch up. Now, we went to the storage, and we all kind of knew very basic patch. We basically had our first aid training, but like the 1 day course, like we didn't know what we were doing. But there was tar and pitch that we got, as well as some canvas. We failed to take the planks from storage, and instead we scoured the rest of the boat for wood to use,
Oh
and struggled.
yeah.
And
This literally sounds like a slow motion train wreck session.
Yeah, it kind of was, yeah.
we didn't think about spare planks. Instead, we went to Father. Oh, I'm so bad with names. Father
Marcellus.
Marcellus's room, obviously now not in use, R.I.P. And broke what turned out to be the strongest bed in the world. We Rook couldn't break it. Eli had a go, couldn't break it, and then eventually Eli got it as Rook went off to get the other stuff. And with the wood from the bed, as well as the pitch and tar and the canvas, we managed to patch the hole. And while Pan was going up and down with the bucket, but Ilara did find out that we had put a hole in the ship, as any person with eyes and ears would have, and was not too happy that we had just got the ship repaired and now it was sailable, but it certainly wasn't the pristine condition it was left in. And
My ship.
I could see Ilara's reputation bar decrease before my very eyes. But the situation was averted. We got through the coral reefs. The rest of the calls were decent enough to see us through without damage, but that first hit was certainly not ideal. And that concluded our first day. And also a few things, like Eli stole the Father Marcellus's book from Rook, but then gave it back. But Rook found out and confronted him and just said, you don't need to steal, just ask for it.
Why did he steal it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Suspicious. Very sus.
Rook has suspicions, yeah. But Rook's holding on to it for now. And yeah, I think that kind of was where we ended the session, leading into day 2.
There
I
were.
think
Oh, sorry. No,
any
yeah,
more
yeah.
encounters?
So there was one or two other things.
Yeah.
One, you guys had a pretty good and long conversation with Alara Pumpkin about kind of sailing on the Grand Line.
Oh, of course, yeah. She was telling us all about her past sailing the Grand Line and how I forget what it's called, but the compass system basically works. Or,
The log pose and the eternal pose.
Yeah, I guess the compass system more aptly doesn't work. And these poses are needed to kind of island hop your way through the Grand Line.
Well, what does that mean?
So, with a normal compass, when you get to the Grand Line, it's unusable. Like it doesn't work. It doesn't point in any set direction, and it kind of malfunctions almost. But there are these things called poses. One is far better than the other, but the kind of most basic one leads you from kind of random island to random island. So you're just kind of island hopping your way through the Grand Line until you eventually, hopefully, reach the destination you're looking for, or a destination you're after.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'd just be lost at sea. But then there was.
I would just come in and give you a little bit more information just to make sure that Andy is clued in.
Yeah, please do.
So the log pose is what Jack is talking about here. And what that does is the reason the compasses don't work in the Grand Line is because the high magnetic fields on islands. So the compass doesn't really know where to. What the log pose does is start on an island, it adjusts to the magnetic field of that current island, and then it'll point to the next island.
Yeah.
So that refractory period of of how long it needs to kind of stay on the island to learn that magnetic field before it kind of ignores it can take any period of time. It could be a couple of hours, could be a year.
So with a log pose, we'll need to hop from island to island and spend a undetermined amount of time on each island for the next kind of compass point direction to head in. But then she was talking about a much rarer and like more valuable or valued log, which was a pose, which was called something pose. What was it? So Eternal pose, and I can't remember exactly the mechanics of it. Could you choose which island you wanted to go to?
No, so sort of. So essentially, a log pose will give you the once it's locked down, it'll give you the next island. Eternal pose, regardless of where you are, will always point to one island, and it'll always point to exactly the same island.
And that's how trade and stuff can happen.
I see.
Yeah, so that's how trade and kind of like that's how the Navy get around, and then how they can find their bases and stuff like that, because they'll have eternal pose. And I think
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But our main objective currently, she also spoke about the basically like the only way in to the Grand Line that everybody would use has now kind of come under new management within the Navy, and they are the new officer in charge is very like putting his foot down on anything going through. Basically, an embargo is in place to stop piracy, but it's not the most popular thing because it does mean like a lot of trade that would come from pirates among the kind of civilian population is also stopped. So a very harsh ruling on getting into the Grand Line, which will give us some problems. But we do know it's not the most popular of decisions. What else was there?
Just to say that information came through a news.
Yeah.
So it was it's an article which you can find in the general chat about the prize promotion leave, the reverse island lockdown.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think she spoke of any other way into the Grand Line. That was like the way she knew.
Yeah, she mentioned the fact that you could go via theoretically the Calm Belt, but that would require Navy transport.
Right.
So the Grand Line is surrounded by two kind of belts of areas of no wind, and therefore no ship could travel them. So wouldn't be able to.
But,
so we don't have any of these, right?
We don't have any of the poses. We don't even have a ship. Our main objective currently is to get to the island. That there is a contest for the devil fruit. I think that is still our main objective, other than getting a ship and forming a crew of our own.
I would just like to give a little bit of extra information for the Eternal pose, I suppose. Because it points to the same island wherever it is, you would find it very difficult unless the Eternal pose somehow told you how far away that island. So, for example, if you were trying to follow an Eternal pose, and then you thought, you might never see another island again. You'd have to be pretty sure you knew kind of how far it was before traveling. Make sure you don't die.
That's a good.
That's fair.
Good thing to remember. Hell yeah! So yeah, it would probably be somewhere that we want to have visited before. Maybe a sort of base we would have set up.
Or you could ask about.
True. I'll get that info. Just not ask the Navy. Fuck them.
Maybe we can trick them into telling us.
I don't like it, but it is an option.
Is tricking the Navy not in your book? Ah, Joseph.
Trick the Navy.
Hello.
Oh, how goes it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, good.
They are both asleep, I think.
Nice job. And The parents-teacher evening went well.
I assume so.
Oh right, yeah, of course. Oh right,
Mhm.
right. Vicky's doing a parents'
Did-
teacher. I
Max
see.
wants to know, did the parents' evening go well? She said yeah.
Excellent.
I thought you would
First years.
us like a.
So she kind of shrugs.
That's good enough. Oh,
They're a
That's
good.
bit.
good.
They're a bit. You know, it's the first year of secondary school. It's like meh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And it's the first like few weeks.
They all have to do like biology at GCSE, so they're all like it's a mixture of ones who don't give a shit and ones who are very good at it. I imagine. Well, apparently they all give a shit.
Who's not good at
Hey.
biology? It's the easiest subject in the world.
How fucking dare you?
This is a self burn.
You call
I
biology?
know. I'm still saying how fucking dare you.
My God.
Well, you just
Take-
got here post recap, Pan.
Good.
Uh,
I don't need a recap.
Good. Fantastic. So we can kick off into the session. So we've just finished traveling the last couple of days. We had some really good chats with Alara Pumpkin about kind of how to traverse into and sail in the Grand Line and what that entails. And you learned some things about the world as well. So be that Captain Musher, but Balto Musher is now in charge of Reverse Island. You learned that log poses and eternal poses exist and how they operate, even if you don't have any yet. And then you learned about the news coup. Well, after that, you went through a low coral reef as you tried to avoid the navy and damaged the ship a little, but were able to plug it pretty well.
Only a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. It took, I think, 50 or so damage. You were able to plug it. You haven't necessarily stopped the damage and fixed it because
Doesn't
you're
look
not
very
shipwrights.
pretty.
But it has done the job. And now we're going into the kind of next section of our journey towards Saltroot Beck.
We owe Alara a bed. I think we promised to buy another one.
Oh yes, that is. She was not very happy about the bed because she paid extra for those incredibly strong beds.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bed
My-
stronger than the ship itself.
Have you got Albert up, or is my like internet being weird? I'm just getting like the death spiral.
Albert is up.
Oh,
We're
no,
not
it's my internet then.
I've got,
No, that's
yeah,
fine.
I've got it up.
we're not in there just yet.
I usually have it open for the role specifically. That's all I
Yeah.
use it for.
Cool. Well, speaking of roles, let's
Oh.
get back into it. Can you... Andy, as you're currently captain of this adventure, can you roll me a D8?
Albert radio. Let's just go straight to Albert, and then we can
Just go straight there.
straight to Albert.
A D8. You
Where's-
say.
Yes,
Is
please.
there-
Bad luck.
It's a big old 3.
Okay.
Oh, it's the worst one.
Here's the worst one. Can you roll again?
Oh,
No, I'm
what?
joking.
What? Wait,
No.
what?
I'm joking. So, on this leg of the journey, the day is very quiet. The wind catches the sails just in the right way. Pouring of gulls in the air. The ship isn't rocking too much in the beautiful blue ocean, and it seems like quite a quiet, downtimey kind of day where much is happening. The breeze is on the forecastle, playing a tune on flute. No, she's got a lute. A lute.
Multi-instrument.
And Mirasalan is keeping to herself a bit grumpy and jaded after kind of recent experiences, but she's kind of warming back up. So this is a day where not much is happening. And is there anything you would like to do on a quieter day at sea? Actually, around the
Wait,
room?
which one's Mirasalan again?
Mirasalan is the botanist.
Did she not get off at the Tea Island?
She
Did
got off at the Tea Island. Yeah, I've forgotten. She's not on the boat anymore.
Okay.
It's just Castilla Breeze then.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think Rook would be like looking out for all danger, and then like having spent several hours doing this and finding just a calm sea, we'll go up to Bart and say, "It's good to have you back, Captain." You okay, Captain?
Let me tell you, lad. I'm feeling a bit peckish. What's in the kitchen?
Oh well, I'm sure Pan is down there preparing something very nice.
What
Bland and
kind
not
of time of
spicy.
the day is it?
Let's say it's kind of like midday-ish. You've been on
Okay.
watch all morning, Rook.
I think Pan will be like, well, I made brunch for us a while ago, but your eggs might be a bit cold.
Mm, I am sure we can figure some kind of heating, or just to go to the kitchen.
May I ask, Captain, how? So I came across a bit of a decision last time, and I
What do
I
you
didn't
mean
really
last time?
yesterday.
I was only asleep for 30 minutes.
I don't think that's true, unless I really
Are
fucked
you
up.
calling me a liar, boy?
I think you're telling the truth to yourself.
It's your
That-
truth.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
did
and
it.
time is relative, I hear. But
The Einstein, yes. Of course I know him.
Captain
Oh, I
Einstein.
remember. I think you were sleeping off another stroke. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
had a
God.
stroke.
Because it's canon. You have them pretty regularly.
Pretty bad luck.
Yeah.
They be getting more repetitive. I feel me clock is running short.
Well, I want to congratulate you. I was looking out for any sign of danger, but it certainly looks like you've chosen a better path than I, and I'm just a bit unsure about the decision I made. I lost a lot of sleep last night. Also, the bed was incredibly tough. It was very hard.
It was one of the best
But
beds I've ever slept in.
yeah, I mean, it certainly will take my weight, but it's hard wood that. Anyway, I just wanted to get your experienced opinion on how to make the best decisions in sailing.
Uh, I'll put a hand on your shoulder and say, the sea be a stormy mistress.
Hmm.
Like a woman, you must follow your brain and not your heart.
Follow your brain and not your heart.
Heart will lead you astray.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you know this, but our friend here decided to drive us through the coral reef, I believe, or was it just reefs?
I did
Only,
not know this. I have just woken up.
only because
Yeah,
the Navy were going to arrest us. They were coming for us. I swear. We, it was the Navy were right
we
there.
were kind of facing the Navy, but I'm not. We don't know if the Navy were coming for us.
Absolutely, I saw it all. I think they
It-
pointed at my telescope.
They
Pretty
they
sure.
Well,
pointed at your telescope. Okay. Well, either way, that's the decision he made for us, for you, as you're his vice captain, right?
ultimately sounds like the correct decision, and I'm
Oh,
sure executed to the best of your skill. Don't worry,
um,
it will only get better from here.
well, I mean, that's good words. I don't think that was the best of my skill. It was just that one off. You know,
I do not be too hard on yourself. Everybody starts at the absolute bottom, the worst of the worst, before they can begin to learn the way of the sea.
I mean, well, was it that bad? Yes, yes. Thank you for the experience. Is this your first time captaining?
No, no, I've done it multiple times, but this is the longest.
We've been sailing for a week.
What a journey it has been.
For sure. Well, you're doing a great job, and I'm proud to call you myself a vice captain of yours.
Indeed. Perhaps if the day is not too busy, we can go through a cool montage together as I teach you more about the ways of the boat.
I'm a good thanks.
There will be music.
I
Yeah,
think
the montage music started up and then just cut off abruptly.
I think the montage still happens, and Barty's like showing it. Like one is like showing rope.
There's just no one behind him as he's pointing at things and talking.
Yeah, the first few Rook is looking really disappointed and like bored.
Yeah, but Barty in one scene has got his arm around no one and just laughing.
Hell yeah. I'll still be like looking out for anything of interest on the horizon. I think.
Give me a luck check.
Luck check, is that just the straight 12?
D100.
D100.
Well, higher is better.
Famously good at them.
Yes, true.
Ah, okay, 91.
It's pretty good. Okay, so you're scanning the horizon, beautiful calm waters of the kind of sea breaking on itself, and you kind of think back to one of the more recent adventures where you've had more turbulent sea king coming out of the ocean, which was very, very shocking. Coral reef.
Had a pirate race.
The pirate race.
Oh.
And you're finding yourself in a kind of quiet, and you're looking up to the sky and you hear gulls cawing. Then you see a bigger bird kind of swooping down towards you. And as it gets closer, you notice that it's wearing a little hat and got a little barrel wrapped around.
And I asked, does it look anything like the creature that jumped out of our
Yeah.
when it took a bomb? Like, is it humanoid birdie looking?
It is not. It's a full bird. It looks like a
Okay.
It looks like a pelican. Actually, you recognize it as a news coup. Flying in towards. And as it kind of gets towards the crow's nest, stop. And it'll plant itself, and then it will kind of present itself to you so that you can reach into the barrel strapped at its so that you might be able to a news.
Rook goes
article.
full like dog mode and like is like mail. There's mail. The mail's coming. And like will come around the pelican and like staring at the barrel around it, waiting for somebody to take it. He doesn't take it himself.
Then Alara Pumpkin will go up, and she, having some money to pay the pelican, will just deposit some money into its barrel and take the article and be like, "You seem very excited about this. Would you like to take the article yourself?"
Oh, sure, yes, of course.
And you look through it, and you see some similar stuff to what you wore, but one article stands out to you. Enigmatic Captain Gorilla Joe saves another orphanage. And I'm going to put this in the chat.
How are we spelling gorilla?
You are going to see.
Okay.
Is that actually gorilla?
Yeah. The weirder one.
No.
Oh my god.
Wait, where is? Oh, I'm in the wrong chat. That's why. Oh my goodness, it's sort of text.
Is this Joe's new character?
I am just gorilla me. That's what I've been going to the gym for.
Sorry, before I completely forgot that Joe's name was Joe when making his character. I apologize.
I just know this just says witnesses claim that Joe and his crew. Oh, I've got a crew.
Once again, the infamous Captain Gorilla Joe of the Gorilla Joe Pirates has proved himself a contradiction to the pirate stereotype. Known for his towering frame, brute strength, and unusual ability to calm even the wildest beasts, Gorilla Joe has made a habit of defying expectations.
Oh, I'm basically a paladin pirate. I get it.
Witnesses claim that Joe and his crew swooped in just as local thugs, hired by a corrupt merchant, threatened to burn the orphanage down.
Even more
The enigmatic captain reportedly fought off the attackers barehanded before donating a hefty portion of treasure to rebuild the orphanage's crumbling infrastructure. Despite being a wanted man, Gorilla Joe's reputation as a protector of the innocent continues to spread, leaving both the Navy and his pirate rivals scratching their heads. "He's a pirate, but he's no monster." "Oh, he's a pirate, but he's no monster," said one orphan. "He's our hero."
And falling out of the newspaper is a bounty poster. and it's the first bounty poster of Gorilla Joe that you've seen. As he's a quote unquote rookie pirate. And the bounty poster says it's 28 million wanted dead. And the picture is actually a hand in front of the camera. You are unable to see.
A big gorilla hand. It sounds like he has a similar power to that bird lady we encountered, but this one seems to make him more like a gorilla, perhaps. He has an affinity for animals. That's certainly known. Well, I certainly would vote that we do not try to go after this bounty, for we are pirates, not bounty hunters.
No, we don't. Yeah, I don't care about the bounty.
It is a lot of
Wait,
money.
how big is the
though.
bounty?
28 million.
Um, how much is that?
Um,
It's 1 million times
well,
28.
how much did we have to fix the ship? We had 250,000.
Okay, well that is considerably more.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's
I-
it's a pretty large first bounty.
Yeah, but I'd also throw out there, Barty, that you managed to butter us down from what we should have been paid. So
Bad luck.
I'm
Bart.
confident I can barter this one down as well.
Oh yes, I remember our first bounty on the first island.
Yep.
Well, how far away are we from our destination, the magic fruit contest?
Oh, you're talking about Stanhope. Well, we've got to get to Salt Root Beck first. That'll be a few days, maybe 2 or 3. And then Stanhope's another journey upon that. I wouldn't know how many days. It depends on the ship you're sailing and how long it takes. But not too
Okay, well.
far.
We're making good pace. I don't. He seems like a
But
bit of a.
it sounds, I don't know, it sounds intriguing. I've never seen a gorilla or a Joe.
It certainly does, but I feel like it would be better to potentially get in the good books of this pirate if the opportunity arose and we found him. I don't think we'd. I certainly don't want to try to give him in to the Navy. Any dealings with them are something I do not wish. But my, it is a lot of money. Luckily for us, we've got our own way of getting a ship.
They say honor among thieves, but my pockets be mighty empty.
Yes. I guess we'll see how we go, and if we need more money, there's always pins to buy. Pins don't come cheap, you know.
The story continues.
What's 28 million in pins? A hefty sum, I think.
Depends on the pin.
This is true. The one
Do we
pin
know
written
where this gorilla lad is anyway? Is he?
Does he give a last known location or anything?
It doesn't say on there. It just says wanted dead or alive. The article doesn't mention. Got no additional.
Ilara,
I'm not-
do you know of any famous or infamous orphanages among the Isles?
Oh, there's tons of orphanage. Really, both the Navy and some pirates, honestly, are not the nicest. And they leave quite a few orphans behind, which is quite tragic in it itself. But not all
Wait,
Navy or.
you say that there's loads of orphanage, but this letter just says the orphanage. Is there an orphanage called the orphanage?
Do you know which one this might refer to?
No, they've not really mentioned an island here. So it could be, anywhere in any of the east, north, south, or even the Grand Line.
I say this journalist needs to be hung.
I would agree. I mean, it's a
Terrible.
bit sensationalizing, to be honest. And how are you supposed to get an honest quote from an orphan anyway?
That's true. They're so untrustworthy.
Maybe we need to hang the orphans too.
They'll say anything for a bit of extra bob,
No, that's true. I'm surprised the orphans didn't try to turn him in for that bounty. They would have really helped them out.
Look, at least we can all agree we're a bit anti-orphan here.
God, I hate them.
It's simple. The orphans be too weak to take on such a challenge, but we are no orphans. We are at least stronger than an orphan.
I will throw out there. We probably don't want to be on the anti-pirate side of things, right?
Yeah. No.
So we don't want to go get a
also
pirate.
pirates.
We might, if we come across that pirate and we beat them and take their ship, that's fine, right? But
That's
heading
Yeah.
them
true.
into the navy,
Um,
Are
You're,
we?
you're totally right. I feel like we should just treat this as any other pirate. The fact that they help orphans, and whether we hate orphans ourselves or not, it doesn't really hold any sway over them still being a
I
rival
just feel
pirate.
like they're perpetuating a harmful orphan stereotype.
well, yeah. You know what we could do? We could just burn the orphanage down.
Yeah, see him
To
save them
attract their
then.
attention.
That could do the anti of their.
Or, well, we know it's just had a big refurbishment from stolen treasure. We could plunder it.
Yeah, that's true.
What are they going to do?
yeah.
Well, perhaps if we attack an orphanage, it would
Oh,
attract the
no.
attention of the gorillas.
Don't give me the plague, little orphan. Exactly. Oh, what? Get the bring the gorilla out of hiding, as it were, but not killing, but
Just
by putting
Also,
your
naming. I'm
danger.
just suggesting a
also
few
considering
names.
Naming.
considering the fact that this is indicating that the crew has got the bounty because of the orphanage, maybe the Navy hates orphans too.
Oh, aye,
That's-
the Navy hates orphans.
I thought they would have
They
been
usually
built
dip,
off of orphans.
surely they dip into the orphans, to get new Navy recruits.
That's what I was going to say.
But then again, I mean, like, an orphan is a classic pirate backstory. If I'm
Good to
honest,
say, they're already half a way to being adventurer, having no parents.
but these are clearly going to be influenced
rogue.
by their by Captain Joe to be pirates rather than Navy. So Navy's not going to like this one.
A very clever recruitment tactic, I must say.
I was actually thinking perhaps we should get ourselves some orphans.
We actually don't have a crew yet, so it would help.
If we were to burn an orphanage down, and there was no other shelter around except
They wouldn't
our
have any
ship,
home, and we could offer our ship as a home
like rats off of a burning orphanage.
onto a ship.
Maybe
That's
we
not sinking.
well, our past attempts at burning things down haven't gone too well. I don't
No,
think
you know what we need to do? We need to get items so that we can burn things down.
I don't think we actually
A
told
flint
you.
and tinder.
I don't think we told you, Pan, but me and Barty tried to burn down that tea farm, the rival tea farm, and it didn't happen. We kind of messed that up.
Wait, you tried to do it while I was in there?
No,
I
you
thought
had
we
left.
succeeded.
No, the flames didn't seem to catch. The cigar was not quite as.
I have been in complete belief this whole time that we succeeded.
I mean, we can tell ourselves we have. I don't suppose we're
Just
going back.
another annal into or chapter into the bad luck.
Is Alara here?
Yeah, you've been asking her questions.
Yes, we oh well. Yes, we were just there was a job we had to do on that island. We kind of got ourselves into trouble.
If you're attempting to be pirates, I completely understand there are some jobs on islands that are going to get you into trouble. I've got no issue with it.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
she was a
why-
pirate before. I mean, she traveled with pirates before.
That's
I
As
why
I
sailed
wink,
the
I wink, as I
seas.
wink at her.
Whole blood stares at you.
That's why we wanted to drink your tea. By the way, it was for that job.
Oh, I thought you were just getting a free meal off of me.
Well, that too. I mean,
Oh, I was.
2 teas, 1 stone. But yes, that's behind us. But we can hope for a better second try.
I'm just a bit
Burning-
worried about our crew. We just seem to both be having strokes so often. Maybe we need to take it slow, especially on the
Here is
tobacco
contagious.
line laced tea.
It was a lot of caffeine off of the back of that island, I must say. Not great when you have a heart condition.
So, as this kind of conversation winds down, so does the day, and we pass to the next day. On the
Rook will spend the evening making a little recruitment poster targeted at orphans.
okay, give me a parlay check.
Oh no.
I know what. spurred on by his terrible like crafts, I'm gonna go in the kitchen and try and make loads of different. Like, what do orphans like to eat? I'm gonna make gruel. No, that's not gonna get
Are we
them
going to
going.
put free candy on
Um,
the side of our
let's
ship?
Are you going to
basically
lure in orphans with
start,
sweets
start
and
making
chocolate?
cupcakes.
With child catcher?
That's
A
real
palais,
child
you
catcher
say?
behavior.
I don't think
Um,
it's any worse than burning their orphanage down and making one. Other they can't really say no to.
Oh, we explode. For 9.
9. It's a very well drawn poster. That it's very well drawn, but the wording isn't great. You've misspelled orphan. You spell it with a F.
It's probably like a very formal Rook style kind of
Yeah,
print,
yeah.
not targeted at children's reading age at all.
And absolutely, it's very, very like incredible prose. It's just quite poorly written.
With cursive handwriting that a doctor would struggle to read.
Yeah, excellent. You finish that off, and you're like,
Height of sophistication.
another
All the best
masterpiece.
orphans will get. You've done it again, Rook.
Yeah, you stand like arms on your hips, just like.
And I spend 4 hours making one, knowing that I'll probably have to make more than one.
And if you want to give me a savvy check, Eli, oh not Eli, Pan, we can see how well you did on your cupcakes. Rule cupcakes.
Sure. Almost did the wrong dice there. Oh, I didn't hold it. I should have held it. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't have. 14.
Your dice explode as well.
I did have an exploding dice, so 14 plus
Damn.
7. Oh, 21.
You
You know what I'm gonna say, because I'm a pirate.
One.
These are so good that I eat them all, and I'm like, oh god damn it!
it's like you're
Fuzzy has them
I
all.
just couldn't. I can't stop eating them. I'm like, these are so good.
You're-
Oh my god, I've
you're-
never made cupcakes like these.
you're cooking into the small, you're baking into the small hours, and the ship smells incredible. And as moonlight casts through the window in the kitchen, it catches a still of just Pan absolutely just stuffing his face and unable to stop.
Yeah.
Eyes wide, looking rabid. Beautiful.
Like I have, yeah, I have found my calling.
I will say I'll leave a little empty space, like a line to be filled later for like we cordially invite you to join the crew of ... and a little empty gap for either side.
Tajiro, I would say that your recipe is so good, I think you should probably note it down for cupcakes.
Oh, yeah. I think he eventually would, after he has a nap.
Yeah. You wake up in the morning and you're like, God, I gotta remember exactly what it was.
Yeah. Fuck. What was it?
Uh,
We
I had
have
salt. I
crack-
think I added salt. No, maybe I didn't add salt.
So far we have crack cupcakes and suicide dumpling.
Oh yeah.
Suicide muffins, those were. Oh no, dumplings.
Yeah,
Suicide
yeah,
dumplings.
dumplings. Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going to put my notes for this.
It's
Is
an
there
important part to your character. A recipe.
I have, yeah. My whole thing is food, so should really add. Is there a bit in your like character sheet that has?
You can create a new section. Copy and paste.
Oh, I can. It's literally just right space. Oh my god, cookbook.
Open's
I'm gonna
great.
call it.
Nice.
Hey.
Suicide dumplings.
So as the kind of morning breaks, the sea looks to be pretty calm again. The sun is shining, but ship appears to be heading towards something. In the middle of the ocean, quite afar, appears to be a blanket of thick fog in front of you, and it seems to spread very, very widely. And ship heads. The dappled light of the sun creates this incredibly confusing perspective where, because the fog is so thick and the light is so bright, actually you can barely see in front of the ship. You've taken in the sails to really slow the ship. What would you like?
I think Rook's up in the crow's nest, like a lantern in his hand, almost like pretend looking out, like and struggling, like very performatively looking out and just smiling to himself. He's like, "Oh, we're in it. Yes, this is pirate stuff." But well, as the fog approaches, we'll like ring the bell and make sure everyone's aware. Captain, pea soup ahead. We can't see.
Pea soup.
Yeah, smog.
That's pretty good.
He's dead.
Bart has
Finally, it's him.
unfortunately, Bart has had another heart attack.
I'm awake again. I also may have narcolepsy. What happened?
We have entered into a thick fog, and I've rang the bell, a lantern at the top of the crow's nest, and shouted down about the lack of vision ahead.
We best be wary onward. These fogs rarely are natural. Stuff of myth will await. And lads, if you be hearing any singing, do not walk towards it.
What?
What?
What fogs aren't natural?
The ones that are not.
If you hear the singing of sirens, tie yourself to something. That's what I hear.
I mean, think about it, lad. Have you ever seen a cloud so low to the ground? I think not.
Should we slow down?
I let
You heard the
her
captain.
let
Slow
her
down.
glide nice and easy.
You put up the sails and the boat slows down to somewhat of a crawl, but it's still kind of traveling at a pretty decent speed, but as slow as you can travel without being dead still. But it's so difficult to tell in this fog if you're actually moving right. Would someone like to give me a savvy check to see more like a perception?
I'd like to just look overboard, see what's in the water.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be kind of scanning the horizon, lighting a few lanterns around the edge of the boat, and I'll take the navigator role on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the ship is lit up from the lantern, so it might be easier for a ship to see kind of the aft and the fore, see whether or not they're going to crash into you. If you want to do a savvy check to kind of look ahead, Rook, you can. And if you want to do a savvy or acumen check to look in the water near you, you can party.
It is not great.
I got a 16.
I got fog in my eye.
Yeah,
Your good eye.
Me only eye.
You look down at the water, and actually you can't even see the water at this point. It seems to be just it feels like you're floating on a cloud at this. You can hear the lapping of waves, but you can't see them, and it's very disconcerting.
Not natural, that is.
With a 16, I would say you have lit the candles and your the lanterns to try and prevent any. You're peering into the fog to see if you can see any change of thick grey sludge that appears to be so monotone it's difficult to tell. When suddenly you do see a shape,
A little silhouette.
somewhat to your port side. It appears to be a medium largish kind of shape. It's very difficult to make out in the fog, but you
I'll sprint over to the bell, ring the bell, and say, "Port side, unidentified object, medium to large. Hard to tell how far away it is. Do we approach?"
Nice and easy. How far away is it?
really difficult to tell in the fog.
The
I-
moment he says that, I'm gonna collect like a load of rope that we have and like kind of wrap it around one of my shoulders in a kind of, what do you call when you hold the rope on your shoulders? There's a term for it. Whatever it is, that.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Piratey.
But it sounds cool.
It's very piratey, and you've learned from past experiences where you needed rope and didn't have any to hand. So
Yeah.
very, very well done by Kojiro Pan Harataki. Sorry, very
Harataki,
very
yeah.
smart.
I break a bed just in case.
I would say that I would say that Barty, because your perception was too low, I would say you're unable to tell the distance and can't really even see it either. The only person who can really see it at this point would be Rook. And Rook, if you want to roll me a kind of maybe an acumen check to see if you can determine kind of the distance.
Yes. Okay.
Let's slowly approach, but avoid collision.
A 1 and a
no.
3 for a 3.
Um,
Not 12.
you think it looks pretty. You think
Not
it's
small and far away, or,
Yeah,
or big and close.
you think it looks large and far away.
That's the right way. Yeah, not small and far away.
Yeah.
Large and far away, Captain. I'm pretty sure.
That's what they call perspective, then.
So you're heading towards the shape then.
Yes.
A
very gentle drift towards.
Yes.
Curiosity may have killed the cat, but luckily there's no felines on board.
I'll be ringing the bell for an audio signal. I hope that we don't want these people. I hope that it's not going to be bad if they notice us because we're doing everything to get noticed.
The fog is thick, and the bell rings out, and it's the only sound that can be heard other than the lapping waves and the wind on the sails. And it's very light wind as well, so the fog isn't traveling very far either. But again, it's difficult to tell the speed of the boat you're sailing in now and how far the thing. But Barty and Pan, you suddenly start seeing the object that Rook was able to see as the outline gets more distinguished in the fog. It becomes more darker and darker grey, and it doesn't appear to be moving very much. It appears to be gets darker and darker. The outline tip, which appears to be much closer than it actually originally thought, and your boat unfortunately cracks into the side of with the large sound of groaning wood and the smashing planks. You hear. Actually, it's a bit wetter than you'd expect.
Smashing pumpkin.
Always is.
As your ship comes into collision with this other sort of equally sized ship, actually, you've slammed into its port side and broken a few planks and bits below deck. But again, it's quite thick fog, so you don't know how much damage you've caused to it and you've caused to yourself.
Going. It just crashed into us.
Do you see anybody on board?
Captain, we really fucked up.
you fully T-boned this ship.
Quick,
we're
let's
right
sink
here.
it
How did
fully
you
and
not
be on
see
our
us?
way.
Finish the job.
No evidence.
I'll shout down. Paddy, get to fixing the ship. It probably took damage from this clown and his terrible sailing.
What?
Them, not you.
I would have said I would have been on the top deck, so would I have seen whereabouts our ship would have been hit to be damaged?
You slammed it right in the front. So
As in, like our front, or it's like, is it this bit?
You T-boned that ship, so it would be
fine.
your
So
front
it's
into their
straight.
side.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to gauge. Was it
Yeah,
us? Yeah, fine. Okay, I'll run down the stairs and then check on. Check on like, where the beds are here.
Give me a acumen or a savvy roll.
Yeah, I'm better at savvy, but I think I'm going to go acumen because I do feel like this is probably like a smart thing, not like a.
Oh yeah, I just remembered the canvas that we used to fix the ship last time was
Oh
far
my
too
god.
hammock.
Woohoo! I got max roll.
You did get, and
Let's
you get roll
go.
again, remember?
Yeah,
Shit.
16 plus. Boom!
You guys are rolling. Wow.
Damn.
Hold
20.
on, hold on. I think I
35.
have. If I just check, my dice can explode indefinitely. The other explosion master.
Oh,
So
nice.
again.
Wait, does that sorry,
Wait,
does that cost John to do?
Oh, maybe. Hold on.
Probably.
Oh, it does. It's one done.
Okay, so you get 20, which let's be honest is an unbelievably good roll.
I'm just gonna see if it was gonna go again. No,
Oh,
fine.
23 would have been good. You go in and look, and there appears to be no damage in front of your ship.
Oh,
Oh.
You slammed into the side of the ship, and you definitely expect to be broken planks on equal sides, based on how fast you were going. If these two ships were of equal measure, but it seems very odd that your ship has taken no damage.
what a bunch of pussies.
And you can hear a lot of damage done to a ship.
Oh,
Are
dear.
are we currently penetrating?
Sort of, yeah. You kind of like somewhat in. You're definitely colliding as kind of the waves lap. There was an enormous lurch when you guys
we
slammed
in?
into them.
Can I
We are in.
can I reach over to the other ship?
You can definitely try. If you're on the forecastle, you can definitely.
I have a bit of a suspicion. I want to lean overboard and like slap the other ship.
So you, yeah, absolutely. So give me a toughness check.
Giving
What?
the ship a bit of a slap, hey?
I
No,
you
no.
know once you're in,
Didn't even buy it a drink. Yeah, that's true.
sorry, toughness. A 4.
You lean over and you slam kind of similar to kind of level you are, like a railing on their side, and the ship is sturdy, man. This ship is built of finest stuff.
I can confirm it be no ghost ship.
Everybody's on deck. Actually, Pan, you'd be up on deck as well. Give me another savvy check to take a look around and give me a perception.
Ooh. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Rook's right up there with the lantern at Barty's side. Yeah, 7.
Oh, no, 8. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great.
Barty?
You want me to as well? Okay.
Yeah, savvy.
I was just slapping away.
Be savvy. Savvy.
A
Savvy
7.
Savar.
Everybody got about the same roll.
7,
Okay.
7, and 8.
So I
Nice.
would say all of you notice one thing. The ship appears to be a pretty decent sized ship.
Made of glass.
But there is
Or 3.
no sound coming from it. And it looks like you can kind of make out a pretty decent amount of kind of shapes. There looks to be some cannons on board. But the main thing you notice, kind of lapping next to your ship and kind of like knocking into it, appears to be one of the masts, which is broken down and kind of fallen to the wayside, and is only being held to the ship by its own rigging and the sail, which appears to be somewhat broken and into the end.
I say we board it, see if anyone's on board. And kill
There's absolutely no sound coming from it.
With your savvy check, I would say no.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's fair. I'm assuming with our savvy check, even with an 8, we're not seeing anyone on the top of the deck.
You don't see any movement now.
Okay.
Perhaps we should have a look, a little exploration.
Say no more. If it is jumpable, Rook jumps over with a lantern.
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
slappable.
Is it jumpable?
Jump it. So what I'll do is I've not fully figured out how to do Fog of War very well.
There's a kind of system where you can
Oh wait, actually, hold on a sec.
select areas and just turn them on and off manually.
Yeah, I have done that. So you'll see when it comes through. Before you jump to the ship, I need you to give me all, somewhat unsurprisingly, a dexterity, or a rogue check.
Rogue.
Rogue check.
I know
Oh.
he said he's jumping across, but can we like grab a ladder and just place it between the ships?
You can. The ships
Walk
are
the
moving
plank.
a little bit. My thing is, you're gonna have to tell me.
18.
Actually, that's a good point. Before we commit, or at least before Barty commits to jumping across, seeing as our anchor is not down, can I grab our anchor and just tie it around the bow of the other ship just so it doesn't float away while we're on it?
So what do you want to do? Sorry, you want to? Oh.
I want to attach the ships so that we don't get stranded, because that feels very likely.
Okay, so you want to tie your ship to their ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So you find some rope. Do you want to? What kind of check? Rope.
Can I use the anchor?
You want to use the ship's anchor. It's quite heavy. I would say that. Yeah, Barty's pretty strong, dude. I would say you're probably the only person, maybe other than Eli, that might actually Pan's strong as well. I think only Rook wouldn't be able to.
I see. I'm weak.
Yeah, I think only Rook wouldn't be able to.
Just say it.
Okay, so you want to kind of like hook the anchor on using that as like the hooking to their.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say give me a toughness.
All right.
You're looking for at least an 8, and to hook it on properly, you're looking for.
That'll do.
That'll do, Pig. Actually, that explodes.
It do.
That's the second time we've got max on the dice.
That is a 23.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Okay, so
You're going nowhere.
if you want to describe to me how you lift the anchor up and place it onto the other ship, you can.
So the way Joe described getting a rope on his shoulder, I'm gonna do exactly that, but with a full anchor.
With the chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walking across to the edge, I'll just be like,
When I did it.
yeah, I'll just drop it across so it like a fishing hook. It goes around the balustrade.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just let the chain kind of go taut.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you hook it on. It appears to be in this incredible state of. Well, I mean, it looks like a fish that's been caught. It's incredibly well done. On balustrade. And you notice the ship is slightly lower than your position at this point. So it would be easy. It's essentially a jump down to get onto the deck from your ship. So that ship probably isn't going to go anywhere with your ship attached to it.
As you're doing that, Rook, you feel a very light framed Rook like climb across the chain, jump off of your shoulder, and do like a little front roll as he lands sword out, ready to take on the imaginary pirates in his mind.
I assume you rolled something like a 20 or something.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You're able to get onto the deck of the ship after doing a little flip and a roll. You are prepared. The mist is still there, but this is the first time in a while that you've stepped on. Well, actually, you didn't actually step on the Mustang deck, so this is the first time in a while you stepped on another ship deck.
And I'm ready for them.
What else did anybody else roll? With the chain in place, I would say you can roll this dexterity check with advantage, or the rogue check.
I'll see if I roll any better.
This be not something I am
18,
particularly good at. 10.
Where'd you get 2d4?
You rolled 2d4, but one exploded anyway.
Yeah.
Well, but it's, wait, advantage is on the d12 or the d4?
It's
on all?
Oh,
You just
Yep.
roll the thing again.
ah,
During combat, it's different, but
it's still maximum of 10. And
Yeah.
exploding, you say?
yeah, but it exploded. Yes.
Oh, 11.
Yeah,
Hey.
you make it across
Nice.
relatively safely. In
Ooh.
in less of a good position, but you know, your anchor definitely helps as you.
Now, lads, methinks we've not got much of an element of surprise, seeing as we rammed their ship and all.
Well, if
stayed
you're
on
here,
our ship,
show
by the way.
yourself.
Why would you get?
No. I haven't I've actively not gone onto their ship.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
I figure it might be better to have one of us, who's one of us, rather than a random crew on our ship,
Yeah.
to just protect our ship, seeing as it's the one that's undamaged, and maybe they purposely ran into us to steal our ship.
And
Yes,
mind
thank you.
the
They did run
boat.
into us.
Then I will describe the scene to you guys. So you get on the enemy ship, and mist is quite thick, but it clears enough for you to kind of see what's near you, and you see that this ship is in unbelievable. Their planks on the floor are broken, where it looks like the cannons have fallen back and slammed into the planks, causing holes in folks on that half castle. The cannons themselves, which are near you, are incredibly rusted over and looks like they haven't moved. Time. The brass monkeys, which is what cannonballs
Yeah.
kept in.
You can't call them that anymore.
Uh,
Wait, what is the brass monkey?
it's
It's like a triangular little hold that would hold
cannon.
cannonballs in a
it's
pile.
it's a pyramid of
Oh.
cannonballs. Yeah.
But when it got cold, it meant they wouldn't sit on top of each other in the slotted position, so they'd roll all over the top of the ship. And
Which-
that's why you freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
Very good knowledge, Joe. Very good.
Yeah.
So the brass monkeys have their cannonballs in, but they're all rusted over and appear to be kind of stuck together. The balustrades are broken. Many of the poles are missing, and I can reveal to you.
In the same way, you know that bobble hats, like cold bobble hats, have the little
Yeah.
bobble on top. That's for sailors, so that when they were under the decks, because the decks weren't actually very high, you wouldn't hit your head. The bauble would hit the wood before
Really,
your head
that's
did.
interesting.
Yeah. So it was sailors that designed bobble hats. Well, not sailors. It was designed for sailors.
Fun.
Yeah. And now they're just a thing that you can buy as a fashion.
My scene
I need one, I
changing
hit my head.
very slow, so let me know if you can.
Yep.
Yeah,
Are
big
these
blacked
corpses?
out bit.
I can't. Mine's loading,
Oh
but
god. Yeah.
Not.
it could be.
I'm still loading in. Not only are these corpses, these appear to be pretty skeletal. Very little flesh is on the bones. These look like they've been for a while.
It seems we have found the crew.
There are holes in the deck. It appears to be the crew is made entirely of the deck.
Something tells me they will not be wanting a repair bill.
Rook kind of goes through kind of pretend stage display of fighting invisible pirates and stabbing like the skeletons. It has kind of, I guess, veiled as some practice or some weird thing, but he's living this dream of boarding a ship.
You guys are the aft
You
castle, but
killed them. We are. Where did we crash in? We on the side.
on the side, kind of where this this mast is, because you guys saw the mast. So it was around like here, backside ish. So the anchor is hooked on. We could probably draw it to here. I can't draw.
I'm going to reload my owlbear because it's not.
Yeah, mine's been tricky all. The anchor's I need to be able to draw it. Thanks for this. That's a beautiful anchor there. And then our ship, the pumpkin patch, is like
Got ya. Okay.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Anchor. So yes, the deck appears to be quite dead. And give me an acumen check. Actually, yeah, give me an acumen check.
Okay. Yeah. A 10.
Yeah.
Solid 10.
You would know a lot of these planks are like rock. So they've not been treated, they've not been waxed, they've not been oiled. And
me leg fell through.
sort of. I mean, like there's a lot of damage done here just by kind of being around. It is quiet, but it is a scene of somewhat tragedy. I suppose.
What do you suppose happened to them? All
Is
of
there
them
any
die like this.
wounds?
Any
Identifying markers and whatnot.
Any broken bones or sign of like damage in that way?
Yeah, good question. Do you want to give me a savvy or an acumen check, party?
I am a doctor.
You are a doctor, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Give it with advantage.
Hey,
Ooh.
I forgot I'm a doctor. That's exploding.
Nice.
It's an 18.
You should really roll
I
those
hope-
separately, just in case.
I hope you don't explode
Oh.
when you're doing doctor stuff on me. Plum neck.
I might explode all over you. It's a 23.
So
Is it
I'll
in?
roll them separately.
yeah, no,
Is it in here?
that count, but roll them separately in the future because obviously you could pair any of those with another one.
Fair.
Cool. So these guys appear to be very, very skeletal, but you know at a glance that actually there's a lot of skin covering the bones here. And they're just pulled super taut through. These guys look gaunt, really. They're more like ghouls than skeletons. And as you can kind of go up to them, you can see that they've got two huge kind of holes in the chest. And as you examine them, you see that essentially, other than bones and skin, they're essentially empty. They've been kind of sucked dry somewhat. And they've been left these kind of husks of people. And there appears to be, on the one that's nearest to you, there appears to be sticky black thread on them.
What did I tell you, lads? No mist is ever natural.
What do you find, Doctor? Captain Doctor?
It seems they've been sucked dry. They got two holes in them, and the black lining. What was the black? Explain the black lining thing.
Black spiderweb, almost. It sounded like.
Yeah, kind of black sticky.
Tricky.
Spiderweb looking.
Yeah.
But just black.
How bizarre.
I
don't
initially
know
thought
if-
it was going to be a gorilla hair, but then he said it was sticky. I was like, oh, never mind.
No, I'm not gonna
there is.
introduce a character called Gorilla Joe over the news, then and send him to you coincidentally the same episode. That's insane.
No, I thought this wasn't gonna be introducing
how
like
anime
him,
works.
but like what his like. Oh, he saves orphans, but he like rips apart this dead boat, and I was like, oh god.
Gorilla Joe, to be fair, is the BBEG of this.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. What? Do you know anything that could have caused this and left such a thing? Some large insectoid monster or the vampire pirates?
I was thinking about it. Are vampires a thing in this setting?
I mean, give me an acumen check, I suppose.
in a setting of a fog.
in this universe.
It's a picture of a setting of a fog.
An 8.
You don't know, but I mean, like, if mist isn't real, vampires could be.
What's a
Yeah.
vampire?
If not mist.
Well, let's.
But there is insectoid women.
Yes, yes. Seems like some sort of infestation. That's what I'm kind of gathering from this. They look like they've been
Whatever it
bred.
is, it could still be here, below deck.
Do they look like they had like weapons drawn and were fighting, or was it kind of out of the blue, weapons at the side? Kind of
Yeah, kind of weapons are strewn around deck. It looks like, I mean, it's difficult to tell, given the kind of acumen rolls you've got, and right, like it, you know, they've been here for a while. Those weapons could have been drawn. Those weapons.
Okay. Less of them are sheathed.
Yeah, I would say they're on deck rather than.
Perhaps we investigate further. I don't really want to be on this boat for too long if it's what's it called? Yawning?
Well, if these vampiric spiders have any
Taking
chance of remaining below deck, perhaps we should simply set this boat ablaze and move on.
practice for the orphanage. Well, whatever it was, unless it's something that swims or flies, it's going to be sticking around. Do you think they had some sort of cargo and it got loose? Does this ring true as a merchant vessel or more of a pirate vessel? Does it seem?
It's a good question. This has quite a lot of cannons on it.
Right.
And whilst you don't necessarily or are unable to see the main mast, probably is pirate's flag.
From where I'm looking, do the cannons look in good condition?
These. Oh, actually, you're on the other ship. So you've not. You can see one near you and looks very, very rusted.
Very, very
Rusted.
okay.
Rook will say, "Excuse me one second. Formulate what we're going to do next. I'll be just a moment." And I will go over to the mast.
So you're jumping down.
Yep. Look
Okay.
down and I'll wait for.
Be careful, lad.
Are you just jumping down? You don't want to be kind of stealthy or roguish about it. Just.
I think. He'll try to be silent, but he's not. He's not going like full stealth mode. It'll just be, he's not trying to avoid detection, but he is just being careful, I guess.
Yeah. His normal kind of relatively stealthy self. I'd say give me a roguish roll.
Boom, boom. It's a natural 12 with a +2 for 14.
Yeah, pretty good.
Does that do anything? Is that the natural 12?
The natural 12 is always very good. Let me just
roll a perception.
Yeah, it could be anything. You jump down and your feet hit the deck silently. They creak a little bit, understandably, because the deck is kind of rotten. But you know, strong enough to kind of hold your weight at this point. It hasn't. And as you hit the bottom of the deck, you can see kind of more of it being at the same kind of level, and you see that there are some cannons around. There are a few more bodies. The doors seem to have been rotted or blown off for the kind of map room and captain's quarters area. But you do and as well the giant mast. If you give me a savvy check, I can see.
Okay. D6. D12. Boom. It's not bad. It's a 14.
I'll take that. On the deck, there appear to be 3 other shapes, kind of very stationary, dotted around a little, that you hadn't noticed until now because they look like rocks, but they are the same color as the mist. And actually, with the 14, which is a pretty high roll, I would say that either these rocks seem to be effervescing. And whilst they are the same color as this mist, they also seem to be somewhat. And those rocks are. My drawing. That'll do. Where it is. That's where that one is. Other rock appears to be kind of.
Why would there be rocks on a ship?
I will kind of silently look at it, rack my brain for what it could be, but I will proceed incredibly stealthily now to try and not alarm whatever. Seeing activity on the boat, he feels like he wants to hide from.
Nice and easy.
I want to kind of sidle round to the side of the ship, get onto the mast and slide down in an attempt to climb down and check the flag.
Yeah. So you see that this it is a very well. What remains of the flag is not much of it left. You can kind of pull up the sail a little bit and kind of check what's on the sail, and you kind of get a view of the kind of pirate's flag. And this appears to be a skull and crossbones, but rather than a skull in the middle, it actually appears to be a kind of stomach with a belly button with crossbones behind it.
Ew.
Didn't
What? What?
what was the the guys we fought in the
The
thing,
dragon.
the like really fat guy.
Yeah.
What was his name?
They
They were called like the belly pirates or something, but they weren't the belly pirates.
I can give you the name. I want someone to see if they can find it quickly.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
I didn't. Jack, you said you were writing notes, so for the first time, I decided not to write notes.
It is in my book. If I know where my book is, I think my book's in a box. Fuck.
I'll give you it. It's fine. It's the pirate's name was Roderick Doublepint of the Liver
Yeah.
Killer Pirates.
Liver killer, that was it. Okay, so it's probably not the stomach with the belly button on it.
The
Maybe.
belly button pirates. Either
It
way,
could be,
I
though.
will. Yeah, absolutely. I'll cut the rope from the flag and take it.
Could I roll some sort of like maybe acumen, I guess, check to see if the liver killer pirates had any sort of memorabilia on them that had a similar flag? Oh my god, I can't use my words today. Were similar to the flag. So if they had anything on them that suggested it was.
I would say that you being on the other ship have none of this.
Oh, fine. That's
Oh,
true. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll cut the flag off and try to sneak my way.
You know
back.
what Pan is doing is he's trying to when they've gone on under the out of sight. I'm gonna try and build some sort of pulley system that could lift a cannon from one ship to another.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Yeah, give me an acumen check. I would say that you can do
I'm
this
gonna,
over a
put a
period of
couple of
time.
planks together and then the rope over the mast and see if I can move it and do it that way.
Give me an acumen check. You should be able to do it over time.
Is there any holes?
12.
Holes near
Not bad.
you or holes in the ship?
Holes in the ship that I could have a little peek down.
You made a
There
hole in it.
yeah, there's a few holes. Not on the aft castle, but on the main deck, the mizzen deck.
Is it like these things?
Yeah, that's holes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wander up to one of them and just be like, oh, "What's down there?"
So you're gonna jump down, or are you gonna go down the stairs?
No, I just want to look down the hole.
Yeah, I know, but you're up here, which is like 10 foot above here.
Oh, no, yeah, I'll do that. Oh wait, there's a hole under the staircase. I'll do like 1 foot, like
Yeah.
So,
You can see a man
does
here,
it-
a skeleton that's been crushed by a cannon, and the cannon is teetering over the edge of this hole. And give me a savvy check.
Hey, let's have a look. Savvy. A 6.
Yeah, there's still a lot of mist, and you kind of peer into the hole, and the mist kind of penetrates there, and you can just all.
And then?
And
I'm
then?
sorry. Did I cut off? And then it's
I think it trailed off.
and then it's difficult to tell. Yeah.
Okay.
But you do get actually with the Sammy check.
I'll
Yeah,
try
you-
to come down and kind of go around.
Oh, we almost law.
You want to roll me a
No.
rogue check?
How
No.
dare, how dare you?
I'm gonna fall down.
How dare you say no?
No, no thanks. Oh god, it's a 1-1.
So
It's
this
fine.
wasn't
Drop
necessarily.
me in DM. Put me down. I'll fall in.
No. So as you're going down the stairs, what happens is you slip and fall and kind of bum slide down the stairs, and you kind of try and stop yourself, and the balustrades are breaking. It's making quite a loud din, and then as you hit the bottom, you slam your foot through this skull. The skull breaks, and then both the person and the cannon, which are teetering on the edge of this hole, fall down into the hole with a thunderous roar, and you can hear the crack of planks below deck as you kind of are stuck kind of here on your ass. And this is a thunderous, cavernous roar of metal scraping, bones crunching, planks breaking, water splashing, as you can hear. There's water being taken on below decks, and what you notice for the first time is these rocks start to move. They with a creaking kind of crunching sound.
Oh boy.
You see, and Rook, you'll see this as well because you're on the mast nearby. These rocks have now been woken up, and what you would see is these giant grey crabs, which actually these are not the right sizes.
It would seem we're not alone anymore, lad. Get ready.
Let's just one here, and one here. These giant grey crabs that appear to be effervescing mist kind of jolt to life and make these kind of noises.
I told you it wasn't natural.
And unfortunately, Barty is correct here. These are called mist crabs, and they are producing the fog which is surrounding this ship. So Barty, being the weird paranoid man that he is actually 100% accurate here, which feeds directly into his paranoia.
I knew it all along.
Never trust a mist, just like you never trust a fart.
Barty is fully on the kind of ham radio like station hype. Just listen to all these conspiracy theories.
The mists, they're moving crabs. Crabs in the mist.
Crabs in the mist. And we will enter combat here with Barty kind of on his ass, Pan on a different boat building a crane, and these three crabs springing, well, I wouldn't necessarily say springing to life, but coming to life with their enormous foreclaw. I will try and find you a picture so I can put into the chat. Hold on.
Claws.
Go.
Would this count as an ambush?
I would say that this was pretty mutual. Barty made a pretty big noise. They woke up, but they're not necessarily the fastest creatures in the world.
Oh my god!
Big and the smoke and the kind of mist they're projecting is producing what is known as a level 1 fog in the area.
Level 1. God, they get worse.
Wait till you see level 2 fog.
Level 6 fog, you can cut it with a knife.
Can I just run for the crab?
You could run for the grab, yeah, absolutely. So if you
I
want to
will.
act first, you can go.
I will absolutely. I'll run ahead and I'll just shout, "Kid, get over here! Don't want you to get stranded up there."
So Pan, I want to describe to you what you hear. You
Mhm.
hear an unbelievable cacophony of sound, and then a kind of manly / girly metallic squeal
What?
from Barty as he falls down the stairs. And then this cacophony of sound, and then you hear, "Oh, kid, get over here!" And then you start
Excuse me. I
running.
fall in a manly way. The way my belly flops.
You specifically arse fell down the stairs, so I don't necessarily. I would say it was a childish way.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, you rolled double ones. That's just how it goes.
So it's. I just roll my attack dice, right?
Yes.
Which is
So you,
2d10.
yeah, absolutely. So you
Ooh,
remember you got
17.
on as well. Wow, that's pretty. So you do 17 damage. This crab is going to obviously block. He's obviously in heavy armor.
I'm going to just preemptively say that whenever it's my turn, I will jump onto the ship, and that's probably going to be my first go anyway. But I'm just going to quickly pop up because I've just been asked to come up.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So you do 17. What was it? You do 13 damage to this crab as you're, I think, using a double-handed mace, aren't you?
Yeah, the one I got from the liver killer pirate.
You did. You slam it down into the crab, and it makes a satisfying crunch on its kind of thorax as it breaks into the crab itself. And as you do that, the mist kind of spews up into the air. I'm just going to check.
Does that kill the crab?
It does
Does
not.
this hurt the crab?
It hurts the crab, but it does not kill the crab. Let me just. Oh.
Armored motherfucker, that is.
It is quite armored. Let me just look up smoke. The creature is in the smoke or obscured by the smoke, shooting through smoke or to the other side. Downgrade one attack die. Okay, we'll be doing that from next turn, but we should have downgraded one attack dice / dodge dice to a minimum of 1 CD3. Level X determine how many stages the dice is downgraded, and the smoke at the end of the procedure. Okay, yeah. So essentially, what's happening in this smoke is it's hard to see what's exactly happening here, and therefore one of your attack dice is downgraded. So that's what's happening. Her attack. This crab is now going to activate. The one that's next to Barty, and it's going to kind of rear up on its hind crab-like legs, and then slam down with its crab claws on you. It appears to be kind of like a one big attack it's doing that. So that would be 1, 2. Oh, I need to wait. Can you see this roll? Should be able to see that.
Yeah.
So, he slams you down with 6 damage. You've got armor rolls unless you want to dodge. Barty?
I would like to. What do I have? I have medium. I'll try to block.
Yeah.
So it's 2d4. 6.
Okay, so you actually fully block the damage for this crab. It kind of slams its claws down, but you raise your metal arm and your metal maul in front of its way and completely block the attack from this the mist crab.
I just stick my belly out and absorb the strike.
Yeah.
You missed, crab.
Oh, and with that, you've now been detected. No, you're still stealth from your kind of stealth roll before, but Rook, it is now your turn.
If I was to crawl, is it half movement speed?
Yeah, I'd probably say half movement.
Cool. I will go 5, 10, 15, and just I'll take the flag and kind of clutch it and throw it over myself to try and stick by close as I crawl up. And I want to I want to keep in stealth undetected, and just get a better purchase point. Ending my turn, I will spend 1 done to carry on encroaching shadow for
Yeah.
additional dice on my next attack.
Absolutely.
But that will be me. I just moving up, getting a bit of a closer position. Do you want a rogue check or anything?
You rolled a pretty good rogue check just before combat started, so I'll let that continue for a little bit longer. And then afterwards. But the crabs don't appear to have noticed you. Their attention appears to be kind of what came from that sound in the fog.
Oh no.
So they've kind of turned in that sort of direction. Actually, we can probably fight music on. Hold on a second.
My fighting music.
What's happened so far? Anything?
They're swarming at Barty. Barty blocked big one. I'm just getting a bit closer and
He blocked a big
staying
one.
in stealth. Barty blocked the crab.
Yeah, blocked crab. Actually, it is this crab's turn. So he is going to move towards the sound. So they're not. Wait on a second. Compendium of foes. Oh, actually, the fastest 5, 10.
They can only move sideways.
Yeah, they are moving sideways for sure. And then it's going to use its action to kind of move an additional swarming nature. It kind of like puts its legs up onto the mast a little bit, and then moves around to be kind of near Barty, on that side to kind of swarm towards. And as you see these kind of like massive crabs kind of like scuttled away towards you, the mist seems to get thicker and more pressing as to Barty. But that's that crab's go. They're not very fast because they're very big, I suppose. That is Pan's go.
Right, I'm going to tie up what I had managed as a crane, however much I had managed. Probably just the planks and the initial start of it, not like any of the rigging.
Yep.
I'm gonna take out my 2 pans, and I'm gonna make the jump over onto the
Let's go.
the mast.
Absolutely. If you want to give me a rogue check to see kind of your jump, but I'll give you like 10 feet of movement so you can land in kind of any of these tiles ish.
Sorry, do that again. I didn't see. Oh, there.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're not. It's not. This isn't like the connector to our boat then.
No, not really. That's it.
Because you were there. That's anyway.
He moved that full way. That was a choice. That was a personal choice.
Yeah. Progress. D12, D6. Not bad. It's not bad. Ooh, hold on. Hot the dice. Boom. Ooh. That's an 8.
It rolled off screen.
Yeah, I didn't see either of those dice.
Yeah, they're at the very top and the very bottom of it.
That's so funny.
But it was there's no explosion, but there's no failures.
Yeah.
It's an 8.
So I would say you can really get to kind of these tiles here. You don't do any special moves. You hear.
I don't know. How do I bring myself on?
Oh, sorry. I can do that.
Fine. Yeah, I'll land here. And it's basically I don't really have an action, so I'm gonna save that Don for next round.
Yeah, do you wanna move? You've still got 20 feet of movement.
Fine. 5, 10. Can I use 15, 20 to jump down to the lower bit from
Yeah,
there?
absolutely.
Cool. And that's what I'll do.
Fantastic.
Last grab.
And then it's the last crab's turn, and he's only really heard that kind of noise coming from over that side, so he's going to spend his movement and his action 5, 20 to try and get as close to the noise as possible. Now that they've been disturbed, and it's just this incredible that's the main mast.
Hole
Yeah.
in the ship. Oh, it's the main mast.
It's the main mast. Yeah. So you can see it's a 3-mast ship. It's 2 slightly smaller masts, aft and fore, and then one big one in the middle. But you hear this incredible, like, upsetting, giant, scuttling, kind of arachnoid noises as they kind of move across the decks, creating small holes as they move as well.
Did you create that noise as you said that?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It wasn't just super coincidence.
No,
I thought it was part of the, like the pirate ship music, and I was like, that's really crazy.
What the?
I did not hear Jack do any noise.
Oh,
Come on, boy.
Boy.
What?
it's called just cutting it all out.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Cool. So yeah, they've now swarmed Barty, but none of them have really landed anything, and they've gotten close. What would you like to do? Up to your guys' turn now.
I can go.
I don't like this.
My turn's pretty simple.
How do I copy?
Actually, Barty, do you want to go? Because what you do might affect how many of them can go.
What are the rules for free actions? Can I? No, not right. For free strikes.
What do you mean?
So if I move away out of melee range, they attack me, right?
Yeah, it'll cost them a don to do an attack of opportunity, but yes, they can.
Can I do anything to like not do that?
As in, not to get them an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
There are specific abilities that allow you to do that.
No.
So that's a no.
Unless you've got those abilities, that's a no.
For you, no.
Yeah, for you, no. Jack might have an ability that does that, but you probably wouldn't.
What is that ability that you're trying to do?
To make an opportunity attack not work again.
Can I just run? Can you just double move?
Yeah,
Can I just run?
you can absolutely run. You'll take 2 attacks of opportunity possibly, but you can absolutely book it.
I would like to pussy out, please.
I think it's fair.
I'll
No,
go
Jack,
one.
Alright.
I'll move one
yeah.
out of the melee range of the first one.
Yeah, that's gonna take a strike at you. It's gonna be 2d10 again. Ooh, that's a 16 to hit. Actually, that explodes as well. So that's 22 to hit.
Jesus Christ.
You can use a
think it's
dom
gonna-
to dodge maybe, or you could just tank it.
Yeah, I cannot tank it. I will try to dodge. How do I dodge?
So it
it's
takes-
a 2 CD3.
So it takes 2 don to dodge.
Okay.
But essentially, you have to roll a rogue check to beat the attack's dodge dice. So the rogue check here is a rogue dice, so a normal kind of rogue check, and then the dodge dice is you have to beat a 9 or above.
Oh,
These are big,
Beat a
slow,
9.
lumbering claws.
you got that easy.
Ha! No. Hey, 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think this is the first successful dodge of the campaign. So, Barty, describe so this crab. You run up, you kind of move away from it, and it draws its meaty claws up after just striking you, and you kind of blocking it with your belly. Describe to me how you kind of dodge out of the way of this slam down.
As I see this huge claw coming down at me, I just do like you know the over encumbered dodge in Dark Souls where you kind of just like leap forward on your belly and just go splat onto the deck.
Yeah, the same one you do in Helldivers. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
I just start crawling away on the floor like oh fuck.
Yeah, you hear wood splinter behind you as the claws slam down.
And then seeing as this was horribly deadly, I'm gonna just go 1, 2, 3 here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna not continue to run away, I'm gonna turn around and swing at this crab.
Absolutely fantastic turn. Yeah, you go for the swing.
Ugh.
Remember that dodge
Earth.
took. Oh, good damage. Remember that dodge took 2 don to do.
Yep, I took it off.
Yeah, huge swing. You kind of roll around and you get your swing in. Let me get the dice up. These have got pretty heavy armor on, and this is not the one you swung at before. So how much did you roll for?
14.
It takes 8 damage. as you slam down. Oh wait, no, that's not true. That's not how maths works.
It's 10?
How does math work?
14. No, it's 6 damage. It takes 6 damage as you slam down your crab onto the crab.
Away, beastie. My time has not yet come.
Just noting down health. Okay. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. I'm just noting down the health. Fantastic. Is that the end of your turn?
It is indeed.
Excellent. Remember, you've got. I think you've got 2 Don still. Remember,
I have 1 left.
you should have gained one at the start of combat, and one at the start of combat, and then one at the beginning of your turn. So you should. Oh yeah, you'll have 1 left. Yeah.
You'll have 1 left, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I am the math master.
You are the math master, sorry. Rook and Pan, who would like to go? Oh no, it's the crab's turn. What am I talking about? So
No.
crab 1 is going to kind of scuttle along 1, 2, 3, and then kind of get stuck basically here. So not really able to go and get closer to you. And then that's
Get
it.
stuck in, lads.
And then that's kind of that crab's turn. And Rook, this is your time to shine.
I
Yeah.
think we'll just definitely silently leap down 5, 10, 15, kind of snuggle in with this cannon to remain hidden and just with encroaching shadows again.
No worries.
So I started on 2 Dawn, used 1 for 1, started that turn, got 2, used 1 for 1, so still on 1, and a rogue check, perhaps?
Yeah, a rogue check, especially since you're running down the kind of across the holes in the deck.
Yeah, I'm on deck now. Okay, 13.
Yeah, pretty good. These crabs don't appear to be alert to your presence. Very, very good.
Nice. I tie the flag around my neck like a cape.
Yeah, it looks like a really neat scarf, like a really kind of bow scarf.
Yeah, it's flowing down like a cape. He's just gone full Batman mode.
Yeah.
Edgy Batman.
Awesome. Okay, so this crab that you just struck is going to strike back at you, Barty. So let me roll those dice.
Oh no.
That's a 16 to hit.
I will attempt another dodge.
Another dodge. Do you have the Don for a dodge?
I do not have another dawn. I do not dodge. I will block.
Okay, pretty
For
good.
6.
Pretty successful block. You take 10 damage though as the claws kind of slam down into you, driving you into the deck and to the kind of 1 knee. Huge hit.
I come into the arms, Davy Jones. Sweet.
Yep. How you doing? You feeling alright?
No.
Yeah. Pan, it's your go, I believe.
Okay. Just looking at, I've been reading my skills again just to remember what's useful here. So I'll gain another Don. I add that to my Don count. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, and step in front of my boy here with my 2 pounds out, and I'm gonna start by attacking this one.
Yep, absolutely. That's the more injured one of the 2.
So that will be 2d6. Hold on, let me just check none of my abilities say. They don't have to say anything specific, so that's fine. I'll just do the 2d6. Oh yes. Okay,
yep,
so
and you
I'm
crit.
going to. If I successfully crit on this attack, you may attack an additional time this turn with that weapon. So I'm going to use Don for that.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I'm going to
But remember on the
add
first
the
attack,
crit, so 9 plus.
yeah.
Oh, and I
Wow.
can use my other Don to do the Explosion Master. So 9, that's 15, plus as it continues to explode.
Nice.
Uh,
Or
Okay, so 17 damage on that guy. I'm literally going to use all my Don in this turn. I get to attack again.
so
right.
17 damage to that guy.
Yeah, and that's the first one.
Yeah, finish. You can finish off that guy. That crab
Okay.
has taken a lot of damage already. So describe to me how you kill that crab.
I think well, I'm using 2 pans, so I'm just like smashing in its exoskeleton until it becomes just pulp.
You know your way around crabs pretty well, being a cook. And as you slam to this kind of pinkish grayish meat comes out, and as it slowly stops moving, the mist from its back, the kind of pores in its exoskeleton seems to stop.
Okay, so I don't know if this will now affect it, because I was going to also do the because use all 3 of my Don, and then do the cleave ricochet, which was an attack a second defender within 5 feet of the first within your attack range. So I was going to attack him, but I don't know if that works with me using the extra attack.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Yeah.
Fine. So this is the first attack on him. So it does 5 on this one, and then I'll use the extra attack and use up all my Don in one move. 8. So that was a total of 13.
13. He's just gonna roll against his armor. So he takes, that's 8 on the armor save. So he takes 5 damage from that hit.
And I'm down to 0 Don.
Nice. Huge turn from Pan as he crushes one of the crabs that was attacking one of his crewmates. Cool. Then the third crab is going to then activate. He is going to... Wait, difficult for him to get around, actually. He's going to kind of move back this way. 1, 2... 10, 5, 10, 15, 20... 25, as he uses his action to kind of get into place, but he can do this turn. I believe that is the top of the round again.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first?
I can go. Actually, Party, you're in next to somebody else.
Perhaps I can smash this other crab. I believe this one's injured, right?
Yeah, that one's injured. It's taking pretty decent.
Be gone,
not
the
bloodied
beastie.
yet, though.
13.
13's a good hit. Let's what the armor dice do.
As you start to attack it, you hear Pan say, keep the legs, they're going to taste the best.
I was thinking the same.
He actually blocks that similar to the way you blocked the first one, as the kind of thick crab armor and the claws kind of block your blow. His armor rolled a crit, and then he rolled a crit.
That'd be can I? No, I cannot.
You should have 2 Don now, so it's up to you what you want to do.
Oh, can I heal myself?
Oh, nice.
Do you have a crew ability that does that?
I do.
What does it do? Read it out.
Healing tincture. X number of times. 2d4s to be handed out. X equal doctor level. We're level 1, right?
You are level 1, yeah.
So I can give myself 2d4, but I'm gonna use my Doctor MD, which is when you heal a crew member. Am I a crew member?
You are a crew member.
I'll get 4d4 for myself.
Wow, nice. So how does that work? So
Yeah.
you got 2d4 from the doctor.
I double it from Doctor MD.
Oh right, and Doctor MD's an ability.
Yeah.
Nice. I forget how funny I am.
I heal to full health perfectly.
Wow, really nice one. Huge. No
Jesus,
one
but
would
the
deny
stretch.
that Barty is a good doctor. Let's be honest. It is bizarre, but it does seem to work.
And actually, all it is for himself is he takes a swig of whiskey and he's like, I'm all right.
I just pour it into the wound.
Very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Authorize.
So Barty, you spend your turn healing yourself. Absolutely huge. Remember your crew abilities. I think you only have 2 uses of them a day. So keep an eye on that for later.
Aye.
And how many do you get to of those tinctures? Do you get to hand out per use?
Sorry?
How does the tincture thing work? Do you get to hand out lots per use, or is it just the once?
You told me?
Well, I mean, you've got the
It
ability
should
in front of
say
you.
on
I
there.
don't have the thing in front of me.
Crew ability.
It says X number of 2d4s to be handed out. Those are volatile and only last a day.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
And
So yeah, you've taken essentially the full dose of the tincture. You could theoretically split that as you want. So like 1d4 to somebody, 1d4.
Wait. Oh, okay.
But you
Okay,
can,
X number of 2. Oh, okay. I did not understand. That's what it meant before.
sorry, yeah.
Uh,
I didn't have it in front of me, but yeah, I mean, like you needed to use it to
Sorry.
heal, so I think that's absolutely fine.
It healed me exactly what I had missing, so I think it works out.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody would be sad about that.
Please don't die right now.
If I die, I'll be very sad about it.
This crab is going to then activate and slam into this crab. Sorry, is going to slam into Pan. See if you can grab him. So that's 2d10. Ooh, 9 to hit or 9 damage total. If you want to block.
Okay, how do you block again?
It's your armor dice.
The armor. So I'm C3 CD3.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, I need my Don for that, don't I? Yeah, that costs Don. Never mind. I'm built to have a good offense. A good defense is the best offense, where I can basically. How I word it is my pans. I just try to block attacks with my pans. All the pots that are currently on my body, basically.
Yeah,
So
no.
what is the
CD CD3 is
Yeah.
the custom 3 dice. So if you roll a d6, a 1 and a 2 is equal to a 0.
Right, yeah.
A 2 and a 3 and a 4 is equal to a 1, and a 5 and a 6 is.
So it's 2. So there's 3 of them. Rollies. Okay. So 6 is a 3, 3, 2, and 1.
The 6
So-
does explode, to be fair.
Oh.
Because
Nice.
you didn't roll a 1, you rolled a 2.
Yeah. Okay. 5.
Nice. Okay.
5
So
in total.
that'd be 5. Yeah. Pretty not too bad. So that's 9. So you only take 4 damage there from the crab slam.
Nice. Nice. That's all good for me. All good to me.
Nice. That's the crab's turn. That I think is Rook and Pan. Your turns are up.
Rook will leap, kind of kick off. Of
Oh,
the
I'm an
cannon.
idiot.
Before I move, I will activate Wind Caller, the navigator ability, as my cloak billows like Batman. Giving me 1 more Don as I start in that area. As I kick off of the cannon, and I think the sword in both hands comes down on top of this crab for an attack.
Nice.
Now, I had 2 Don at the start of that turn because I've been using the Don to keep up Encroaching Shadow, and I've got the one from the start, and then I got one from Wind Caller, so 3
Cool.
Don to play with. I don't think can't dodge what you can't see is good, because I don't think looking at them they're not like the most dodge. They're covered in armor. So I think we'll leave that. But I will do from the shadows for 1 Don. So when attacking from hidden or concealed, or crit fails are treated as crits with dice exploding. Does not count as a successful crit. And I will also expand it on this crab. It looks like they're large enemies.
They are.
So a large enemy within the area takes the damage for each 5-foot area they occupy within a 10-foot diameter cube.
Wow.
Now, is that 2 or 4?
That's 4.
Holy shit. Okay. And with that, do I roll it once and times it by 4?
I would say roll it. More dice is more fun.
Okay. So with Encroaching Shadow twice, that is 66. With the normal weapon damage and the 2d6 each turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Times by 4 is 6, 12, 24.
Damn.
3,
Wait,
6,
24d6.
9. Yeah.
And also you get to crit on anything that's a fail or a success.
11, 12. Oh, it's got counted there. Perfect. Whee! Well, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go with 8 explosions.
Yep.
97. Plus 30 for 128 damage.
What was that ability called?
Which one? The encroaching shadow?
No, not that one.
Expand?
Expand. Look into for nerf.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. How much damage did you do to this crab?
120.
What?
8 or 7?
What?
Look into that for a nerf.
How did you do that much damage?
Currently the expand ability says it deals the damage to the creature for every 5 foot space they occupy, which currently is 4. And when I'm reading that and looking at them, I was like, yeah, that is.
But he's also been expanding his attack dice each turn by not attacking using his rogue ability, encroaching shadows. So he's had he would have attacked with 8d8, but then he occupies 4 spaces, so then it becomes 2068 or whatever it is. So.
It was 6d6 times by 4.
I mean, awesome turn. I think that ability needs to be nerfed because that's a cool amount of damage to do when you're level 3 or 4, not when you're level 1.
I fully agree.
That's nuts. Okay, well, describe to me how you obliterate this crap.
I think the sword penetrates in underneath, mid-air. The sword penetrates in under the top shell, and just the force I've kicked off from the cannon brings it and cuts through that armor plate. So it is. I think Pan would appreciate the chef-like.
I was gonna say, did you slice it so perfectly that the meat is? I can just basically scoop it and cook it.
Yeah,
that's actually a good idea.
But
Yeah,
I'm gonna be basically full chub.
I fully
Oh my God.
jump on top of it, the sword like a crowbar, and remove the top plate, and then the sword falls down on the
You
prey.
basically filleted it as well, so there's none of the bad parts. Oh.
Yeah, it's unbelievably impressive what Rook does here. Even down to the legs, where it's really difficult to get into the kind of meaty bits and get that out perfectly.
Yeah.
It looks like the full crab meat is just being uplifted out of the shell.
The amount of damage it did made the legs almost just peel around off.
Yeah.
All the exoskeleton just peeled away.
I stuck the sword in the shell and pulled it out, and out came the full crab meat.
Yeah.
It's a real Dr. Zoidberg when he's out of his shell kind of look. It's,
That light pink. Oh.
Very upsetting and something that definitely needs to be looked into.
I will throw out there in real life though, guys, that proper crab is genuinely better than lobster. I will fight you over
absolutely.
I 100% agree.
People value lobster so highly, and I'm like, nah, crab is literally where it's at.
Crab is so good. So that one, I've never seen anything more dead. There's the most the most nerfed I want something ever. Unbelievable, really good work. Honestly, genuinely so impressed by that.
You did ask us to try and find broken stuff, I guess.
Yeah. This is what the playtest is trying to do. I forgot that you guys are actually disgusting people.
When I put Rick together, this was the only move I made him good at.
I'm fine with it, and this is unbelievably awesome, right? This is so cool.
Even without the expand, it's still 86, 66.
But there's a really good trade-off with that previously, because obviously Pan and Barty were fucking tanking stuff whilst you were doing nothing. So obviously there's a trade-off there, but that expand edition is really cool.
To be fair, it's a lot of damage, but it doesn't feel too far off the classic rogue sneak attack.
Yes, but not at level 1.
Yeah.
No, yeah, true.
And I do that on any large enemy.
Then maybe don't nerf it. Maybe just make it a barrier. So have it at a certain bounty level.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to put it at bounty level maybe 100.
Nice.
The bounty level 3 or 4. Awesome set. Really, really cool. Didn't think of that could be even possible. Very, very clever use of abilities. Love that.
And also fuck you.
Yeah, also fuck you. No. We love that kind of shit. So yeah, I think everybody's been using their abilities really well. I actually kind of want to see what Barty can do if we can get him a second alone to breathe. I think this final crab is attacked. Yeah, because this one just died. So this one's already attacked. So apparently it's your go.
Right, well, I now gain a Don. That's nice to see.
Yep.
I am going
I did
to.
one thing that might help. I didn't know how Windcaller worked in this particular instance, so I just did it when I started, so that I would absolutely get it. But it says if a crew member within this aura 10 feet radius. Oh, radius, that's huge. Including yourself, moves at least 20 feet, starting or ending in the aura. Do you get the Don when you end it? If you were to end in it, you would get it when you end in it.
Yes. What they would get it as well. So Barty currently would get it. Pan wouldn't.
Okay. So what I could have done is activated it here, while I ended my movement in it.
Well, it wouldn't have
like
mattered, right? Because if you're ending the turn anyways, so like it would still be ending within that aura, right?
Till the end of your next turn. I mean, it would still be up with a radius of 20. 5,
Yeah,
10,
that's true.
15, 20. So, like, if I ended it where I ended, Pan would be in it. But
is it radius 20, not 10?
Radius 20, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then Pan and Barty gain an extra Don at the start of their turn. That's how it works.
If they move 20 feet, so it might not even come up. But
if they move, they have to move 20 feet to get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So sorry, Pan. You gain 1 Don, and if you move 20 feet in your turn, you get another.
Sure.
Hey, run in a circle.
Yeah, I was going to say. I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 like 50, 20 to here. To flank it.
Yeah. I mean, flanking
To
doesn't.
get the extra Don.
But yeah. You get the Don there. That works.
Then I'm going to. Oh yeah, I'm just going to attack this guy to start with and just see how I do. Oh, 6.
Oh, 6.
Not great. Not ideal.
Yeah. Let's see what his armor does. 5. So he takes 1 damage from that.
Helps.
Yeah, I guess. Right, yeah. I think that might actually have to be my go. So how I've built this character just to try and be broken is I've chosen a weapon that's like low dice so that I'm more likely to crit. And my whole thing is when I crit, I basically get extra turns. I get to roll again, extra damage, and I also get to have the option to, if I have the Don, whilst doing all that, I can inspiring blow someone so that their attack is upgraded. So I'm not doing big damage, but what I'm doing is like continual, hopefully, crit. But it's only happened once where I've rolled like more than twice. But it's good.
Yeah.
That's my go.
You can also get things later which help you crit more. When you do crit, you can.
Yeah, no, I have eyed a few of those things. But they are behind a wall at the moment. But yeah, that'll have to be my go because I didn't crit.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. Well, that's the kind of top of the round then. So, which one of you wants to go next?
I can go ahead.
Absolutely. Remember, you're in the aura, so if you move 20 feet, you are able to get the wind caller.
Hold on. What does a wind color do again?
If you move 20 feet and you start or end in the aura, which you currently are started in, you get 1 extra Don.
Can I go in a circle? Because there's no wait. I can go through a dead crab, right?
Yeah.
I'll go 1, 2.
You've now moved out, so he will attack of opportunity.
Wait. Wait, shit. I was here, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That's through the mast.
I'm gonna stay where I am. This is not viable.
You can go up and around the same way Pan
Yeah, you
did.
can go up and around. Just follow me.
Wait, how big? Oh, how big is the
That
aura?
guy's dead.
That guy's dead.
Just go
Oh,
5,
1,
10,
2, 3,
15, 20.
4.
You basically go here.
Yeah.
Aha!
Because
Get up
all you
here.
have to do is start or end. So you started in there. So as long as you travel 20 feet, you would have got it.
Hell yeah. Alright, so I will just whip out the big ol' hammer and go whack.
Is that what you call it?
What? 6 and a 2 for an 8. It is a medium hammer at best.
Yeah. Are you going to use your Don for anything?
No, I don't actually have anything that boosts my combat.
All right. Okay. Cool. So he takes 1 damage from that as his armor blocks. Oh, no, it doesn't explode. As
Perish, beast.
this crab is now bloodied.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Finally.
Deed crab.
It's harder when you don't fucking obliterate them, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? Terrible.
I did my best.
This crab's gonna activate
I played this
and
game to steamroll, not to get like challenged. God.
one. Barty, unfortunately, is gonna swing for you.
Shit.
So that's only swings for a 4, to be fair.
I shall block.
Yeah.
5. I block it.
Nice. Yeah, you completely block the attack again. Actually, this is the crab that you originally blocked the attack of, so this is not the first time you've blocked this crab's attack. You kind of
Crowd really doesn't like you now.
your eyes meet its eyes on its little eye stalks, and they kind of squint at each other, and kind of that like standoff music in westerns plays as you kind of look at each other.
Compound eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that your go? Oh no, that's the crab's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, crabs do have compound eyes.
Crabs do have compound eyes, yeah.
Mm.
Pan or Rook, we would like to go next.
Sure. I will. I think I'll run round the back, jump off of this crab I've killed, and bring my sword back and thrust in, and I'll use 1 Don for in between the plates, which is very apt for the situation. It just reduces one of their armor dice by 1 dice type.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
For an attack. Let me clear my fucking board. There we go. 9 on that attack.
A 9. So his heavy armor is reduced down to a heavy and a medium armor dice. So there you go. So very good. Oh yeah, and there you go. Roll of 3. So it takes 6 damage there. Pretty good. Very apt.
That's all from me. I gain the extra dice from Windcaller, but I do not use it.
And
Extra Don.
And now Windcaller is
sorry.
now off, I believe.
Windcaller is.
It's only 1 turn.
It's until the
Yeah,
end of
next
his turn.
Fair. Is it me then?
It is you, Pan. Sorry.
No, just checking.
I
Okay.
could've gone after you and you could've got another one.
Okay. I'm going to just do the same thing I did again. Roll to hit. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. This is what I'm all about, boys. Right, so I'm going to attack again as a crit, and I'm going to spend both Don to do that and boost the blow that I'm about to do. So it's 8 plus. Oh no, hold on. So first of all, 8 plus. So that's 10 damage there, and then the next roll I'm going to hit again. Only that's a fail, isn't it? 5 and a 1.
So it's 10 damage. He's going to roll his armor dice quickly first for that. Is your thing just for your attack, Rook, or is it that's permanent?
Just for that attack.
So he takes 1 damage, unfortunately, from your first blow. And then for your second one, you roll a 6.
Yeah, but it was a 5 and a 1. So does the 1 not make it fail?
No. I mean, it succeeds. It's just that it doesn't explode.
Right, fine. So yeah, so 6 is it, and then the 8's fine. They don't take any damage there, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it blocks for 13. So
Yeah. and that's fine because in the many ways that Pan's swinging these pans into this crowd, just like trying to crank into its skull, I think Bad Luck Barty just feels just a little bit inspired by how Pan just never gives up.
Very, very nice.
No matter how bad his hits happen,
He is tenacious.
he never gives up. Which
Yeah.
means your
Yeah,
next
keep
attack,
going,
you
lad.
can upgrade a dice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes. So that's
I
actually
think
the...
it's your secondary dice you upgrade, basically. Is
Uh,
it? No. It's just one dice, isn't it? Because it's all the
Yeah,
it's
it's all the same when you're doing combat. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So you've got a 2d10 weapon, haven't you? So you'd be rolling a 1d10, 1d12.
Yeah.
damage.
Oof.
Sick.
So that's the top of the round actually, because the crab's already gone. Everybody else has. So who wants to go first?
Finish
I
him,
mean, if I may use a D12 on this lad.
Absolutely go for it.
12. I saw it go to a 10 and then rolled over into a 5. And I was like,
Let's see how much damage do. So that's 7, 5. Is my maths. Ooh. This crab is on its
last 3 legs.
Yeah, I was about to say last legs. This crab is on its last legs, but it's still here swinging, and as it'll do, it'll kind of look back at you. The kind of Western music will play again, and it's going to swing at you one more time for 5. And you know what's upsetting about this is it's never been able to activate its ability that you didn't even know it had.
Fuck.
What
Is this
the
cocked?
fuck? yeah, reroll that. That's crazy.
Still
Yeah.
a 3.
Say it again.
Exactly the same.
Okay, well you take 2
No, it's-
damage from the crab.
Ah,
As you're having a fight
I've
to the
been
death with
wounded.
this arthropod.
I shall add him to my list of arch enemies.
This list is growing very long. Who wants to go next?
I love the idea of your list just being a huge list, and some of them are just ridiculous, like knives, forks,
Fog.
Stroke.
cutlery that kind of made my drink spill on the floor.
Yeah. One in old ink fog, one in new
Yeah.
ink fog.
You can go if you want, man.
Right, sure, I'll swing again. I'll gain 1 don, which is now the last don I have, which is just 1. And I'll go. Ba-doing! Oh goodness!
Oh my God.
My lord.
That's exactly the sound it made.
Yeah. Doink,
Doing.
clang. Yeah. That does
Okay.
less than no damage to that crab.
Yep.
Does your weapon have an ability?
And then I'm going to have a little cry about that.
Well, you use the pans are one-handed, aren't they? So do you not get 2
Yeah.
attacks per turn?
Oh, I do. I've been doing that wrong the whole time. That's fine. It's cool. Whatever. I don't need to do double damage. I'm just me. Ba-doing! Oh my god!
No way.
Oh my god!
There's no way.
No
you can't,
way.
There's no way you can't block this.
You
By
know
the
what?
way.
You know what? Can I just say what happens is
Yeah, absolutely.
both pans hit each other rather than the crab.
Clang.
And I go boom. It's like what happened? And it shakes up my arm.
You clang the pans together, and you clang the pans together again. Then and then Barty, who's the ship medic, suddenly feels somewhat a sense of pride and accomplishment from you clanging pans together near him. So that's a
I can't
reference.
inspire
If you
him.
didn't get that.
Yeah.
I thought you'd finish him.
I thought I'd at least do some
I
damage.
can't believe you just rolled 4
2
ones.
ones, yeah.
That's crazy. What are the odds of that?
1 in 6, 1 in 36, 1
is
in
yeah.
100 and something. About 1 in 600 and near 1 in 700. Yeah.
I'm just a unique boy with very special gifts. They don't call me Onesif for nothing.
1 in
Oh my
1,296.
god, living up to the name. Yeah.
I rolled so many ones in Kill Team. I'm just keeping it up.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Literally,
The legend continues.
the only reason I will never do competitive Warhammer is I legitimately roll ones continually.
Okay. I will do a little kind of flourish with it, I guess. I'll gain a dawn, and then I'll come round 5, 10, and do like a little climb up the mast to then jump off and leap down on it with sword sticking out like a fucking Garen from League of Legends smiting the ground.
Demacia.
Yeah, or Demacia. That's Rook's second name. No. And I will spend a Dante to get in between the plates if it can do it again. I don't know how weapon abilities work.
Yeah, why would you not
Never.
be able to?
Hell yeah, I'll do that again. So reduce one of his blocking dice for an 8. Not bad.
Nice. Pretty good.
Cool.
You are able to do 4 damage to this crab, and he had 3 health left. So,
Yeah.
tell me how you skew with this final crab.
I think it is up the mast, then down. The blade aimed precisely as I chop one side of the legs off of the body, severing all of them. And as it's kind of lumbering, falling to the ground, I'll roll, kind of combat roll underneath it and slice up to cut the rest of the legs off as it hits the ground. And we have some nice crab legs to cook up.
Fantastic. And these crabs fall to the deck lifeless. And as they do so, the mist seems to be stopped, produced by their the kind of porous holes in their thorax and their skull.
Okay, so it looks like the mist is actually subsiding. It doesn't look like there's any more mist producers on here.
Well, yeah, it looks like the mist doesn't seem to be getting any worse, or it looks like it's getting slightly better, but it's going to take time to kind of dissipate. But it does look like you've killed these mist crabs. Essentially.
Nice. I'll just kind of, as I rolled over to kind of that position, I'll look where Barty. Oh wait, no, Barty didn't put a hole in the floor. I'll put my ear to the floor and see if I can hear anything below.
Yeah, give me a savvy check.
Savvy. Savvy is not too bad. Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. That one.
We've not been very good on savvy checks this evening. You can't really hear anything through the deck other than the kind of the natural creaking of flapping.
Do you think there's any more?
Hey, there's always more in the mist.
Well,
But I don't know.
It looks like, it looks like the mist is going. Perhaps the danger of the mist is going too. What I'm saying.
Shall we have a cheeky look, see if there's any loot? Perhaps. I
Combat
mean,
is
crabs
over.
are not
in my book,
big
that's
on
time
gold.
to loot. No looting
Yeah.
mid-combat, but after. Let's
the
go
battle
for it.
music seems to have subsided.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry, let me just put that back on.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Let's have a quick look, I say.
Looks like they've just crawled on, and the crew didn't last too long. Well, one man's shipwreck is another man's bounty.
I was building a
Oh,
crane that we may take some of these cannons, maybe, onto our ship.
Not a bad shout. A bit of investment in the future.
They might need a bit
yeah.
of work, but you know, you can always get a cannon working again.
Well, Eli knows his way around
A big cannon?
a cannon, but a gun.
What do you say?
What is it? If you can fix a gun, you can fix a cannon. I've seen those posters.
Eli was actually born in Blythe.
Is there a way down downstairs? Like a staircase?
You don't immediately see one. You do see kind of this is like the doors have been blown off here or like broken off, and there seems to be like a hallway direction, which is kind of in the aft, underneath the aft castle, which where kind of like the captain's quarters and the map room.
Let's go and take a look.
I'll open the door and Just the
your
captain first.
thing. Let me and then you are able to grab you
Aye,
and
lad.
shove you down here.
If I were to fall during this exploration, I need you to take on the duties. You shall lead our crew if I don't make it.
Okay, I will do that.
No, he was talking to me. I look
Oh, I got the wrong kid. Sorry, it's dark in here.
uh,
Don't worry, I can do that.
I look at the red glint on my blade, and then wipe it and sheath it as my eyes.
I
come back
appreciate
to
the
sanity.
initiative, kid. Maybe you have what it takes.
To kill you. I would never. I wasn't even thinking about it.
You see,
Oh,
by
not
the way,
really.
Rook is now draped in kind of a
Oh,
a
yes.
broken and
Um,
ripped pirate flag.
Actually, as they were having this conversation, talking down as we were going downstairs, Pan would not go downstairs. He'd stop and then turn around and be like, you go ahead, and I'm gonna start like just packing up and processing the meat."
Okay, fair enough. They're technically not downstairs either. They're just underneath this this kind of raised area.
Oh yeah, fine.
Yeah. So you're kind of carving meat. Give me a savvy check to see how much how well you do.
Oh gosh.
One of them's perfectly carved already.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what I'll do? I'll call out to the other ship and be like, "Bring that crane over! Bring that crane over!"
Yeah,
I got 11.
a 17 is pretty good. So so you get a lot of meat. This is actually going to sustain yourself, and you know, if you wanted to throw a huge party with crab meat, this is exactly the thing you can.
Yeah, cool.
Fantastic. Just to make sure the fog of war works, you can't necessarily see into these rooms yet, can you?
We cannot.
Okay, awesome. So what would you like to do?
I think it is just a kind of routine ship inspection. We'll go room by room.
Yeah. So so the closest room to you then, you try the door and it kind of rolls off its hinges and breaks and falls in. It kind of rotted as the rest of the ship is. You're able to see a room that kind of looks like this, where kind of the floor is a bit broken, but there's a messy desk on the side there and kind of an old rotted bed.
Bed. Obviously, haven't had to repair their
Rotted
ship.
bed. Mm-hmm.
No good for planks. A quick search through drawers or the table. Any important documents or clues to what the ship might have been?
Give me an acumen roll.
Yes. Acumen.
Acumen.
That is a measly 7.
I would say that the main thing you find is a note on the desk of this of this, and it is kind of stabbed through with a knife, just to kind of keep it there.
They were on a mission in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the note says this.
Only one boat. Oh, let's have a read. I'll take the knife off. Pocket that. Captain Strongtom has gotten ill again. Captain Strongtom. I think we know the matches the flag. Has gotten ill again, but it looks bad this time. We know a bit about that, Captain. Probably from this reckless free swimming. Doc couldn't tell if it was poison or disease, but at this rate it was spreading. But at the rate it was spreading, she didn't want to take any chances. Captain was ordered to stay in his quarters, but you know what he's like, always looking for the kitchen. So I've locked him in. Good thing he's paranoid and made the place bomb-proof. Oh, he's not getting out of there. I see. Couldn't come at a worse time, though. Ship's taking on water in the hold, so I'm going to inspect the damage. Don't fall for his begging. Doc says don't let him out. He stays in there. Captain, I think we're not alone on this ship.
No. Even if there is a man locked in a bomb-proof chamber, have you seen the age on these corpses? Unless they locked them in there with food, I feel we're gonna find nothing but a very chubby skeleton.
Well, by the sound of it, they definitely didn't lock him in with food, but he might have a secret stash. It seems like in character for whoever they're talking about here. Could potentially be still alive, maybe dead. but it seems like he is has some disease, so I'd be quite wary.
Well, maybe we can talk to him through the door if he's still there and just
And I
not
mean,
open it.
you've got every disease under the sun. Maybe you could.
What do you mean?
Well, I just mean you're hardy. You've survived so much. What
But
is
not
this?
every
What is this drop of
disease.
disease? What is this drop of disease in the disease bucket that you are?
I think he's wishful thinking here that you'll die of a disease that.
No, 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 no,
Ah,
no, 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 no. But
is this
unless,
true?
unless,
Blessed?
I mean, I'm young and sickly. I'm not built of hardy stuff.
Yeah, that's why you should make me captain if you die.
He's not going to die unless he catches a terrible
Ah.
disease.
I feel it will be soon that I should put together a will where I will name the next captain.
I mean, I hope you don't die before we then change roles, but that's okay.
Yeah, we are swapping at the next island, so it's
Yeah.
ominous that you think you need a will.
Very much becoming a dictatorship
What?
from Barty.
We shall see who impresses me the most before then.
You can be captain, but I'll be chancellor. Um,
First galactic ship.
I'll kind of go up to the door that would most indicate captain's quarters. Maybe it's the grandest, or I'm thinking the
what?
door at the end of the
Can we
corridor.
peek here?
Yeah, you can take a look there.
Yeah, let's
Have a
let's
peek. Little peek.
Peek-a-boo.
Let's see what we're dealing with before opening the Pandora's box.
So you walk
Is
over
it-
the kind of corrupt and broken door to peek into the room. It looks very similar to the previous room. The desk is a lot tidier, pretty much empty. There's it looks there, and there looks to be a skeleton of a person kind of cowering in between the desk and the bed.
Oh.
You're right there, lad.
No, I'm fine. It's a bit horrible to see, isn't it? Oh, you're talking to him?
Oh, I think he's dead. Yeah.
I think so. Poor Sod.
Is there anything in the desk or in the bed? Anything?
You want to give me
curious?
an acumen check to try and look?
We'll get in
Yeah. Just get in bed, have a nap.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, I would say you rummaging through the desk and you find 100,000 berries.
Oh shit. Here you go, kid. Hold on to this.
No problem. There's about 100 berries here.
What? At
What?
least.
I'm looking at Barty's lack of maths as he's displayed for previously.
That's true.
Yeah, whatever, kid. What else is of interest?
That appears to be everything in the room.
Okay.
So
Other
we've
than,
got
you know, the
two.
skeleton.
Which of these two doors looks more like a vault door?
Good question. That would be this one.
Huh. Which way? Shall we check the end of the corridor or give it a big knock?
We'll leave the, as you so rightly put it, Pandora's box till last, and we can.
All right, this one it is.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you kind of reach over to the doors and push them forwards, and you see a room with a giant globe with some arrows kind of stuck into it, or like darts in it. You see.
I go up to the globe and I see if it opens into an alcohol cabinet.
It absolutely does open into an alcohol
Hell
cabinet.
yeah!
You see some absolutely fine whiskey that's been stored in there in two separate decanters, and a bunch of tumblers.
I would like to add all of it to my inventory.
Absolutely, please go ahead and do so. Very good find.
I'll hold on to this, kid.
It's been too long, me beautiful.
But yeah, it appears to
I
be a globe of the world with kind of the Grand Line.
I no longer pay attention to anything else in the room.
Okay.
Any indication where they may have been going or coming from?
Well, it appears that there may have been kind of where the arrows are might have been either the places they've visited or places they want to go. They
Yeah.
appear to be islands
So-
in the East Blue, but they don't appear to be anything on the Grand Line.
Okay. I'll leave that with that. I think time for the last room. Maybe a knock to start with, just to check if our buddies alive. And Pan,
Yeah.
do you have any food? We might have a very hungry captain that's poisoned and diseased.
Sure, I'm gonna
Oh, I'm okay,
make my way
actually.
over. Make my way over, and I'm gonna take out some pocket spring rolls.
Of course.
He might be dead, but you never know.
You do
I'm
never
standing
know.
right here.
Not you, Barty. Not you. Are you hungry? We can get food.
I'm starving.
The crab did build up an appetite, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, let's get this over with then.
What are these
I'll-
colorful orbs?
Room decor. No, they
Oh,
appear to
okay.
they appear to be like pins that
Pins?
I will take those as well.
not those kind of pins.
Uh,
I will take them anyway.
Yeah, sure.
You said that there was arrows on the globe.
Yes.
Are they stuck in a particular location?
I had a look. It was either the places they've been or like
Ah.
the places they're going to, but it's all East Blue. It's all nearby.
Okay, fair.
It's the yeah. It appears to be. It appears to be.
I'll rap on the door with a knock. Hello?
You knock
Anyone in there?
on the door, which captains,
Boom,
and with
boom.
a iron hollow ring. Gong gong gong. Wait to hear a response, and that's where I end our session.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Ooh. Hell yeah, nice.
Very nice. Good job, guys. I was very worried that you might have to fight those crabs 2v3, but then Pan turned up as well, so fantastic.
All good. He's in there. Yeah, 2v3, and by that you mean for the first 3 rounds, 1v3.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, I mean, huge, like really big brain use of skills there. So I absolutely love that. That was brilliant.
It was the first combat where it really kind of flowered and came out. It was all things kind of worked nicely.
Yeah.
Even down to Barty healing himself and bringing back to full. Like everything was in full swing.
Yes, true. It was some would argue the perfect combat, and maybe Pam would want to hit a couple more times, but I mean, like, I think he did very well anyway.
Yeah, I also had double hits that I wasn't using, but that's fine. That's
True.
cool.
But we learned 2 things in this combat. One, the Pan as a second attack that you should be using just generally anyway. And 2, if you're going to use Wind Caller, you should use it at the start of the round, and then also at the end, be the last
And go
person on the
last.
round.
Yeah.
And also expand is broken.
Expand is also broken. Yeah, I'm going to try and figure out something about that. I've got to go through my notes and see if there's anything else.
Well, I'll happily take the undisputed title of most damage at first level.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hell
How
yeah.
much? 127 or something?
128, yeah.
I'm not
Jesus.
even sure I could Actually, I could if I just infinitely rolled
Yeah.
explosions. I'd eventually get there, but that would be an insane amount of luck.
We did roll his
To
armor
infinitely
dice,
roll it.
but it's yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, really, really good use of abilities there. It does make me want to point out. I sent you all messages about thinking about abilities and what your character, so kind of like how it wants to fight in combat and what it wants to do. So if you got any ideas, let me know. I've sent a couple of messages on ideas to other people as well, just in case they wanted to kind of explore any of those. So yeah, look through the abilities, see if there's anything you find you want to do, and we can kind of look into those and build abilities around it.
Yeah, I love the encroaching shadow. I think that's really well balanced as it is, because it makes you do nothing, but
Mm.
also sets up for a huge turn.
Yeah, it is very reliant on your crew being the kind of ones to distract, and it only really works from the start of combat. Mid combat it's much harder to kind of set up.
No, good stuff.
Yeah, no,
Amazing.
well done.
I love this session. The fucking mist crabs.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I really
dessert
thought, I
pirate
really
goat
truly thought it was going to be a like, oh, you know, send in the ship vessel in the mist. They crash and go, oh, what's happened? Go on board, and then suddenly we're like surrounded by other vessels on that
Oh
take
shit, that
over
would have
your
been
ship.
smart.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Not
you were
good
doing.
ideas.
I didn't want to say it out loud, so I made like a
Will
kind
it-
of
will
semi
do.
comment about it. But I was like, just see what happens, because I'll stay on the ship, and then if I have to fight people, I can call for you guys to come back.
Yeah, no, very
Also,
smart.
hilarious at like all the eye rolls with Barty being like, I never trust this. It's not natural.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Because as soon as
You know what,
as soon as he said that,
You know
like
what,
the first time, I was like, I know that this mist is not natural.
I'm a naive first time pirate, so from this point out, never gonna trust Mist.
Yeah, literally.
Barty's
by the time
the worst influence.
This veteran is like, never trust Mist, and we're like, okay, whatever, kid, and whatever, dude is like, oh, actually, no, I'm a kid. Yeah,
and
he's right. Never trust Mist.
perfectly like wins us a race by calling the wind over and over during a
Eli's
race.
gonna come back in anytime we
he's
have
not
Mist,
there.
and we all freak out. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
Somehow Bad Luck Barty is like the most proficient and able captain.
Yeah.
not only that we have ever encountered.
Yeah, it's surprisingly incredible, honestly. The roles always work. I love that the roles are telling an incredible story of like Barty being this incredible captain, but Rook being this like really bad like sailor, but really good in combat. Like
There's no reason. Like when I made Barty, he's supposed to be shit at everything.
but it appears to be like he's just down on himself, and that's the only thing that's wrong.
Yeah, he just needs the confidence,
Sad
and
man.
then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it works well for Rook because like he'll obviously have learned a lot of the pirate stuff from books, and it's all the pirate fights and all of these kind of great tales, and he's really practiced in that. But actually, like tying knots and like shit, like the everyday pirate shit, he's terrible at. The actual meat of the work.
Of course.
Good shit, amazing. Right. Well, yeah. What's the sitch next week? Andy, you said you couldn't make it. Is Dave still out?
I think yeah, Dave is coming back from New Zealand that day, so it's unlikely we'll play.
Okay.
So we'll hold off for another week, and then we can do that.
And then are we all back together, full team?
I hope so.
Yeah. The thing I mentioned at the start, why we went
Going back to Wednesdays.
Yeah, we'll have to go back to Wednesdays at some point if that works.
I finished my course yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So actually,
Yeah,
congrats.
so
we can.
Yeah. So let's say we go back to Wednesdays. We'll tell Dave, and then we'll start back on the 12th.
Cool. Yeah, if we go back to Wednesdays.
Do you think we can coerce Alviza into actually joining?
I was just about to say, I'm very happy for him to join and build a pirate.
Yeah, I think we can. But you have to be coerced into joining us on Wild Classic.
See, I'm thinking about it, but I just don't trust him.
What, to be a pirate or on WoW Classic?
Well, no,
for him to show up consistently.
And he would come to like a session.
I don't know if he'd show up like consistently, because he always has like exams, right? Like even with WoW Classic, he'll be like, oh, I'm gonna hop on, and then Jack and I are here like sitting in Discord being like,
well, put it this way, he had one character that was level 7, and I passed level 7 like 4 times that time.
Yeah, fair. I'm happy for him to join, but yeah, it would have to be a relatively
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I want him to be consistent. I just don't know if we can make him.
No, yeah, I mean he is.
He was quite consistent with Minyako, wasn't he?
Early on he was.
He was until he wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll hope for the best.
No, I'm hoping they change back to Wednesday, and me not being so ill, and we're coming into the end of the financial year actually, which is why probably Joe and I have been quite busy. So
Yeah, it's been a nightmare, mate.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Let's
hoping in
reduce
the
the
next
debt,
like
but
month
we're
or
also
so.
going to borrow more. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been using we've been like, oh yeah, let's reduce headcount, but yeah, let's lose a lot of contractors. Anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping that the sessions become much more consistent, because the thing that I've missed in the last month has been like we've only done like one session over like 4 weeks because I was ill, I was out at a conference. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it, and I keep coming back and be like, oh, I really want to play again. So
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm glad.
I do feel it is like it's such a fresh like style of game, and
Oh really?
it's really good. Yeah. Like it feels different. It feels like a different game, but in a good
Actually,
way.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You guys want to go back to Wednesdays, right?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I can do Wednesday next session. I just cannot do for Thursday.
Oh, sweet.
Interesting.
Ooh. Let me
I'm just
check.
I'm just trying to think of how far do I think you'll get through the ship without
But we can
Eli.
discuss it during the week as well.
Yeah, that's
dying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we can discuss it through the week. But actually, that'll be really good to do. But yeah, the one thing I was going to ask you, did you enjoy the map you were playing on? I spent literally all day building this.
Oh
I hated it.
Well,
Now that I know that,
my
shit.
my DM brain was like, this is a really detailed map, and I feel like either we're gonna finish combat really quickly, or we're not gonna explore the rooms. And
Yeah.
it's like the work to use ratio. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
I literally did.
You only spent 1 day on it?
I spent all evening yesterday doing it, and also I changed all my meetings today at work, so they were all in the morning. So I had back-to-backs from 9 till 12:30, and then I was just map building, and I was writing all the monster compendium stuff. So
holy shit!
yeah, I've been working it for like 7 hours today. That's why I was so excited. I was like,
Dude, I front-ended all of my work today, this week, so I was Monday to Wednesday.
oh yeah, 100%. That's the way to do it. It really
solely so like today and tomorrow I could play WoW with Jack.
Nice, yeah.
I can't play tomorrow.
I 100% do exactly the same thing. I get all my meetings done on like Monday, and then I try and get like I go into the office Monday, Tuesday, so I can get all my work done. Then I don't have any work for the rest.
Yeah,
that's a smart man. Hell yeah! Well, looking forward to return to the map next week. I've got another question, very important.
Yes.
Do we level up?
level up. Level up.
Surely at the end of this dungeon.
Yeah, it's definitely a ship dungeon. We'll see if any of you actually respond and come up with any ideas that we can create into abilities, or say that you're all happy with everything. Then we can see. Currently,
I think Jack should get the crab fillet skill. Wherever he faces a mist crab from here on out, he knows exactly where to hit it to get the perfect bit of meat.
I would say
not any extra damage, but every time he kills one, perfect meat.
Yeah, I would say that's 100% what's going to happen from now. You have the crab fillet skill.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's rogue's preparation, but it's just crab preparation.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Let's grab some food. All that crab killing's made me hungry.
Same.
Right. Shall see you soon, lads. Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.